already had them roll for the things.
I know.
Yes, but what did I actually get?
Yes, I was about to say them, then she started saying
Yes,
things.
because I'm starting to stream.
Oh, right. I knew that.
Yeah. So now we're actually doing things. Let's get started. Okay.
Our own personal boom operator.
Now?
Yes,
My
now.
mic.
Welcome! Alright, so last we left off, our intrepid heroes
What'd you call me?
are somewhat intrepid heroes.
I think he was more saying that about the hero part.
Oh. Our intrepid neutral alliance to stop the world from ending. Taylor had gone off to Ravenport with Osmodius.
Oh, did I? Okay.
To do a thing.
I wasn't here for that.
He pulled you through a plot hole to go do a thing, which I will discuss with you here shortly.
Okay. I really was gone a long time.
Alright, so... Anyways, yes, you guys had dodged a Goliath-sized statue of the fallen god of St. Cuthbert.
Another statue.
Like,
This one was the size of a mountain.
the size of a mountain.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
No, she wasn't
here
there.
for that.
She was in a plot hole.
I was in a plot hole.
Alright, and you guys had gotten to the golden pyramid, that's the thing. That had the runes that were holding back and imprisoning Vecna inside of it. So you're outside of this pyramid, and if I remember correctly, the gods were in view, contained within their own pocket dimensions.
I wasn't sure if they were in view or not.
I think they were in a great big circle shining the
Yeah, they're in a semicircle, all kind of held inside their own transparent force field pocket dimensions that are all having
all
their
in a
energy
glass
sucked into the temple.
box of emotion.
Glass box of emotion, yes. That traps the god. Anyways, as you guys explore, everybody go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Right.
Except for Taylor, because she's not there.
Get fucked.
I get it, you know.
Well, I rolled both.
11.
Both of them are 20s.
Way to waste a 20.
23.
Way to waste two 20s.
23.
Alright.
If you want
30.
to
No,
my
you're good.
eyes.
You're good. That's definitely a 20.
20
Michelle, what'd
and
you
20.
That's a 2.
Oh, fuck you.
17 plus my perception,
I like your
which
shirt.
is an 8, so 17 plus 8.
Never wear it here because she got it.
So Desiree rolling for
Yeah,
25.
Reggie got 22 and
Yeah,
Charlotte
for 25,
got-
John.
That's why I don't wear it to work either.
You don't work.
Work.
Reggie.
Oh my god,
Right.
so there's this girl on my
So,
team,
I was gonna ask if you
that-
wanted me to start leveling
she's,
him
like,
up because
brand
it's
new.
pathetic.
and I
Yeah,
came in one
I
day and
need
she
to
now
also
has a forehead
start-
tattoo that says talented, and I'm like,
I also
please
need
stop.
to finish building From.
Please stop. Just
Anyway,
Just like,
Eventually I'll be a player character. I'll play.
Why?
And
She
it
can
looks
get
like
a magic
Anyways,
one on the other
so-
It literally looks like
Jobless.
Resident
what did Shara get?
I want
Shara
Stacy to
got,
come by and just go, oh, the hiring was a
that's
mistake.
plus 11, that's
I should
25.
not have did that.
Alright, so she
Actually, no, I
definitely
don't know.
recognizes
You need to go.
I'm sorry, but we
she's
have
never gonna get another job.
She definitely
You know,
knows
sorry.
that is
straight to her, like,
gem
I'm
that
sorry,
she
man, but you have to have that
forgot that's
removed.
contained.
We have the truth and labeling laws, and that's just not
She
true.
also recognize the
Right now you're
portal
participating in a lot of false
in front of the,
advertisement, so we
Oh
just
my
can't
in
handle
front
that.
of
No,
the,
seriously,
pyramid
but like, the
as
thing is, it
the,
literally took me like 5 minutes to figure out what it said
the
because
type
it
of portal that
literally
steals
is like the
somebody's life
worst
the moment they
print.
walk through it.
It's like complete cursive. It literally looks like prison ink. It's so bad. So bad.
Alright, so Michelle, what'd you get?
25
20,
total.
25. Alright, look at, you do see your god, if I was a giant dragon god, what would be my name?
Dagon.
Pretty
Gregory.
sure he's called
Dragon God?
Fluffy.
Bahamut. Sure.
Bahamut.
Typhon.
Sir Flames a lot.
Typhon Sir Flames a lot.
No, I got one better. Oh, what was the one from Gallivant?
Charizard.
So, Lord Typhon Charizard Sir Flames a lot of Dragon Scale.
Can that be his name?
Well, if you're a
Tad
cleric
Cooper.
of him, you would know. Alright, anyway,
No,
so
I bet no, his name is Todd.
that's only to his friends. Alright,
You just can't call him that. That's fucking racist as fuck.
That's their word.
How is
so, anyways, Michelle, you see Typhon there, he's imprisoned, everything, and
Yeah.
you can see, on Typhon there are battle scars as though he had been fighting an army at the recently. So you can see that there are cuts and gashes, that nothing that broke through his godly dragon scale armor, but you can see that he's seen battle recently where he himself was fighting an entire army, probably somewhere in the north.
Question. Are the gods, like, conscious?
No, they're all in a kind of a...
Oh my.
Just sort of a...
Yeah, have you ever seen like a superhero movie where all the superheroes like are imprisoned with electricity and they're like...
Have you ever
Yeah.
seen Superman on Kryptonite?
Yeah, like, one of those things. They're doing the melodramatic, like, I'm not comfortable inside this bubble of emotion. Alright.
Okay, I thought we were going to have a
I'm in a
chance to have a
glass
heartfelt
case
conversation
of
with our gods,
emotion.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
You put your hand on the bubble.
These are the new gods, right?
Yeah, the new gods, yeah.
Yeah, because the old gods are...
They're like.
Can you
are
overload
great.
an evil
They're
wish spell?
great.
What?
Can you overload an evil wish spell?
Yes. You try
Generally
to
when
do
an
much
evil wish
with it.
spell overloads, it gives you the opposite of what you want.
So
Wait,
overload
I-
it with whatever you
If
got.
I were to say,
Wait, I know what to do. Give me...
I
God,
really,
is this a monkey's paw still?
yes,
Oh
I
god, you
really-
got that back.
yeah, I really hope the gods, the new gods are all set free. Would that work? I turn to everybody else.
No.
Don't
No.
do
No.
it.
No.
I said new gods.
Can I make a
No.
knowledge? Can I make a knowledge arcana roll?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey Michelle. Where?
Okay.
I got a 20 for each of my eyeballs. So what do they see?
I have
I
crystal
got
light.
11.
There's a picture in the fridge.
Oh no! They're like looking
I
opposite
see
directions.
everything.
I got a 39 for that.
He went lizard.
Fuck no.
Yeah, 39 would say wish spells are not more powerful than gods. And
Because
if you
gods-
try to break a godly enchantment with a wish spell, you're just gonna go and
Piss off
free
the god.
Vecna or cause some other catastrophe to happen.
Okay, wish for it.
Where would your
Ah.
cups be?
Better idea.
What?
Cups.
What if I were to really hope for a weapon capable of killing a god?
We have mugs, and they're a very small selection to the right of the microwave up there, the white one.
What part of God? What power of wish spell cannot grant you godly power? Do you not
No, a
understand?
weapon capable of killing a god.
Would a weapon
That's
capable of killing
a
a
godly
god not,
power.
would that have to be as powerful as a god by default?
No, I just had that golden
I mean,
handle on.
technically, a god has hit points, so all you need is a knife.
You're gonna get a fucking rusty spoon.
No, all
Like, give it
Just
enough
fucking
time.
like golden hind blood.
Anyways, moving. While you're like staring at your monkey claw, thinking of all the horrible choices you could make with it at the moment, overwhelmed by the sheer number of bad decisions you could possibly make at this moment, you look over and in the brush and the weeds and everything, right next to the temple, you see a this skeleton of some sort of holy paladin that had fallen down and died here near this temple.
I go and investigate.
Okay.
By putting the paw inside of a pouch.
Wait, I have an idea. Let me see the paw for a second. I wish to wipe out half of all life in the universe. Damn it! It just doubled all of the resources and made the universe twice as big. Shit!
All right. right. So anyways, you on the person of
Guys, like,
this dead paladin,
You know
you
what's so
find
funny though is like the fact
10,000
that he literally
gold.
wiped out half of all
some very
living creatures. He literally didn't do anything.
some very
for, like,
tarnished,
resources.
but
It was the same amount.
nice
no.
The same ratio. of
silver plated
No, there isn't, because he
armor.
didn't change the ratio of
Oh.
resources.
That's true.
No,
And what-
no.
And
Can you
what if-
please
Not
get
need
him
half the
out
amount
of
of
here?
Shadows. Come here.
Shadow, he's really gonna hurt my back. I just got over having my back really not in a good place, so I really need him
What he
to
doesn't
not
realize
do
is that now
that.
half the people are going to get twice as fat, so the biomass of the universe will stay the same.
Huh?
It'll take 3 days.
I just found it funny.
No. Damn it.
I'm just saying, you have the ability to literally do anything in the universe. If that's all
He
you can
has
think
a
to do,
reality stone and he used it to do a PowerPoint presentation.
right?
Yeah, but that shit had star wipe.
Also, how did no one on this planet just go, how about, here's what we'll do to save our planet? We'll kill half the people. How did no one just go, how about we fucking start with you, Thanos? Your stupid fucking ideas. How about we go ahead and kill you first? I'm pretty sure I'll make everybody else happier.
You know what's funny
Fucking
is
big
if
purple asshole.
If freaking Star-Lord wasn't such a child, they probably could have gotten the thing off and killed him in that fucking...
Yeah, but that's consistent with his story. He is
I know.
prone to anger and makes rash decisions. Hell, we were cheering him for when he did it with Ego.
That's true. But Ego is different. He doesn't have this gauntlet that, with a snap of his fingers, can just wipe out half of
I mean,
humanity.
No, he would
Ego-
wipe out the entire universe by conquering all the planets.
See, the
yeah,
zombie
but
just
that's
wants
a
snuggles.
slower process. Alright?
Not
Like,
by much.
No, he was ready to fucking do it all at the same time.
Yeah, he had the flowers everywhere.
I know he did. I saw the movie several times, okay?
So your point is invalid.
So you understand the world.
Ego was more
What?
cool. At
They're
least-
making each other's
no,
points
he was
invalid.
gonna crush
Like
everybody.
your fun is
least you
wrong.
Overruled.
All right, so back to the
Just
game.
gonna make all life
Anyway, so
end.
you
No,
find
mine
also
is
an
that he was a
enchanted
cat.
shield
Something
that appears to
Yeah,
bear Vecna's visage.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Do you think he ever gets crumbs caught in his chins?
Yes.
Does he have to like floss his chins?
Yes. Yes, he does.
Just got a thick rope.
All right,
that he uses.
Josh.
Yo.
So you see Jason go over here and find this this dead body in the reeds that smacks of wealth.
Do I also see the dead body with my special eyes?
You see everything.
Your special eyes.
You see so much you can't concentrate on anything.
You also see that grasshopper over there is eyeballing you.
All right, so you see a dead paladin that smacks of wealth that Jason has essentially claimed for his own, and you look over. You look over, and the paladin is actually slumped against this large marble statue that has also similarly been sitting here for a couple, 600 or 800 years. That's been tarnished by weather, anything. It's broken and everything, and you see kind of the probably once a very smooth outline, but you can see the rough outline of a secret compartment on the other side of the statue that Jason has yet to notice.
Cool, I open it.
You open it and you find the paladin's cache of 10,000 platinum.
Shit, really?
Yes,
God damn, that's a lot of money.
and his last will and testament.
Cool. I'm gonna pocket the money and then I'm gonna read his last.
Pocket the money.
No, I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna
I'm not gonna
maybe
pocket.
pocket dimension the money, but like 10,000 gold platinum. I'll just slip this into my lapel.
I'll just fill my pants with it.
You know those like rich.
What are
He's
you
got it
gonna
all-
do with the other, 9,000?
He's gonna have it all taped to his body and just like be walking around.
Reggie!
You know that
Reggie, get
comic
your ass
of, like,
over here.
Batman and Superman meeting, and they have like money sticking out of their suits. Like that's what I'm
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read. The money's there. I'm just gonna read the last
Here.
one.
All right, no, this.
I'm just gonna
But first,
not say anything aloud about that and just read his last will and testament real quick.
Allowed.
Well, what does it say?
It says,
I, Clearback Bornstein, being of sound mind and body.
To whom it may concern, I have wasted my life.
Awesome.
I spent the better part of my golden years in the devout service and worship of a false god, of the god Vecna, who promised me wealth. He promised me.
Obviously delivered.
Yeah. He promised me wealth and knowledge. He promised me power and the ability to rule over all kingdoms with a stern and just force. But these were just lies, tools to manipulate me in my kingdom. I know now what I must do. I must die I must give my life in an effort to stop him. Me and a small collection of his inner sanctum are planning to seal him into this very pyramid. But should we fail, know that the pathways within are a maze of lies, and the only way to get to the pyramid's center is to collect. How many rooms are in the bottom level?
8.
Collect the 7 elemental gems.
Collect 7 elemental gems.
And then it goes on to like some heartwarming sob story about all of his
Kids
regrets,
and shit.
and that just goes on forever.
I don't give a shit about any of that.
Okay.
Everybody, I found dead paladin shit and a fuck ton of money.
Rejoice!
Rejoice! Seriously, this is 10,000 platinum. Holy shit!
All right.
Alright,
So
time to make a platinum golem.
Oh
All
god,
right.
are you gonna make a golem
Oh my
out
god,
of
make a
platinum?
bling doll. That'd be amazing. Whenever we
There-
need money,
there-
we just break off little pieces.
there is a
of it, fun stuff.
3.5 armor that's essentially made out of gold coins.
Cool.
Wow.
It's essentially a way for nobles to go, look how wealthy I am. You can't hit me through my gold-plated armor.
Actually, I can. Gold's very soft.
Very
Also,
valuable.
luckily for you, I'm a wizard, and it's a terrible conductor of heat and electricity. And I'm
What do
good
you
at
mean?
heat
It's
and
a
electricity.
great conductor of electricity.
It's
It's a
bad
great
for the
gift.
I
person
never
inside.
said it was a practical armor. I just said it was an armor.
I'm just saying,
I'm
platinum
just saying, that's
golem.
like driving through Harlem with a solid gold Escalade.
Oh god.
Like, motherfucker, you're gonna be dead 6 times from Sunday, and that's gonna already be on the 6th
I'm a
of the week.
noble. I have people for that.
You have people to die for you.
People that
course.
are gonna
Of
get
course.
it cut for letting them take it.
Anyways, moving right along. So the gnome sees everything. So the
Bless you.
gnome, you see each one of the new gods individually. Some of which you've met, some of which you've never seen before,
Oh, also,
including
also
your
his diary has the way to destroy
the
Vecna.
new the gnomish god whose name escapes me. I don't feel like looking it up, but you see that now.
Nomeo.
No.
But you don't really care though because you kind of worship Asmodeus kind of by force, so you're like,
Are
More
you
gods,
kidding?
more
It wasn't
better.
forcefully. He
And of course,
fucking wanted it.
there's the goblin goddess.
Um,
Vienna. What, nothing?
So, anyways, you see all that.
I like the barbarian
You
god,
see
barbarian-
that there is a
barbarian.
green energy
Barbarian.
emanating from the pinnacle of the
I'm sorry, that was-
pyramid,
That's
where that energy appears to be what's kind of imprisoning / also siphoning off the divine energies of the new gods into
So
the
if I
pyramid
stand
itself.
in the energy, I become a god.
Oh god.
That'd probably be a bad idea
If
and
I
a long
put
climb.
a golem in the middle.
That'd probably be a bad idea and a long climb.
Don't do it. It's a bad
Anyways, but you can see very faintly there at the pinnacle. It does look like there's a complex mechanism on the on the tip of the pyramid that does open up the top of the pyramid to reveal the room within. But you can see from the mechanisms and the opening there at the top, you can see that that even if you were to climb up there or take a ship up there, trying to force open that mechanism would be a fool's errand to try and do that. Not to mention that's where all the god energy is siphoned into Vecna, and you're pretty sure he would probably just kill you on contact if you tried to go ahead and. It'd be like
It's kind of like being in front of like a big laser.
it'd be like somebody pointing a shotgun at you and you just going.
What now, fucker?
Yeah, and yet I'm kind of tempted to. What if we just weld all the doors shut up there?
Oh my god.
All right.
I
So
Vecna's stronger than some fucking JB well, but I'm just gonna go out on a limb.
Here's what we do. We coat the entire top of it in Flex Seal.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Not for long.
all right. So you also see that there is a portal that opens up into the
No, we put it
main
in
part of the
smooth.
pyramid. It appears to be a swirling vortex of negative energy. You know, the type of.
Do we have any bags of holding?
I have a glove of holding, but apparently I'm not there, so.
Do we have a portable hole?
Portable.
Kind of.
If I shoot the whole fucking arrow of destruction
No.
at the fucker, what will happen?
Bad things.
But what?
Oh, wait. I know a trick. I have that set as a current spell.
Okay, so
you have a bag of
if
holding?
anybody were to make
No, I asked for one.
if anybody were to make a cursory knowledge arcana check, they would know that the planes of existence in this universe are fucked. There are rips
17 on
in the
that.
plane of the Elter planes that are coming into the material plane. That giant black tentacles are coming through. They're fucked.
You, master of space-time, what's happening? You guys are fucked.
Like if you,
I got a
if,
35 on Knowledge Arcana.
oh yeah, no bad.
No,
Bad
yeah,
idea.
we all fucked.
So
Yeah.
if I was
So like
there,
if you
I
were
would
to
have
reach
had
into a
20
bag of
planes
holding, you
on.
might not pull out your arm, not because it was a bag of devouring, just because the ethereal plane's fucked.
That's what I'm saying. That'll
I mean,
be even
who-
more fuckery
Who
on
was,
the top.
who was it that summoned a Lantern Archon?
That was Shara.
Right? Like, look what the fuck that was. That was a flashlight, for fuck's sake. Good lord, I can't imagine what would happen if you tried to summon something else.
Shara's like, I could.
Don't
Don't.
fucking
Yeah,
do
just
not
because
do
you
that.
have rope trick doesn't mean you can
No, what if I cast rope trick over the enemies?
do it. You'd find out.
Oh god.
Alright,
Let's
so
save that as a last resort. Okay? Let's not do that until the time calls for it.
I haven't related this information.
alright, so anyways, you see a necro portal, which is essentially a portal made of negative energy, like any average everyday portal, only it's full of negative energy that normally kills things.
Cool.
And then you see all the stuff that they're doing, and you can see behind you in the ground the earth is blackening, and there are red cracks forming in the mud and the dirt, as though
Oh, that's bad.
Osmodeus is about to step forth out of some. Yes.
Okay, so
All
right.
We get to know
First
what I
order of
did in my
business.
All
level.
right. Rewind back to.
Real quick.
VCR rewinding
I
sound.
just went ahead and rolled. I got a 32 on Knowledge Arcana to know that's bad.
how much platinum was it?
10,000 platinum.
10,000. I will for
It's going into the group. We'll divvy it up later.
for 2,000 platinum. I will make sure the group doesn't also know about this.
Oh my god.
That's a great idea. I've already announced it to everybody.
I can
I'm
make
like,
it
first of all, I'm
disappear.
going to read this.
We get to disappear.
Okay.
We're
Motherfuckers,
rich,
drink some of
bitches!
me.
We're rich.
All right, so moving right along. So, a couple days / a couple weeks ago, Your character was demanded a presence with Osmodes along with the booze character. He's like, I need your help back in Ravenport. So he goes and pulls you guys through a dimension portal that takes you back to Ravensport inside the sunken castle where he was kind of chilling out and made his home. He's definitely redecorated because it definitely looks like 1,000% more demonic now in the castle.
What you done with the place?
A booze character wants to go off and essentially check on the town and the people and the
This is where
forces.
Gavin's character is, right?
Yeah, this is where Gavin lives. And the people live here, and then Osmodes says, "Okay, well, come back here in a couple hours. I need your help with something." And then he goes and lets a booze character do that, and then he turns to you and goes, "I need a favor."
Okay, you've asked so many favors.
Yes, but this is the real favor that I need.
Okay, so
The other one was a pretext.
Okay, alright, good to know.
So,
I'm listening.
when the new gods were captured by Vecna, there were two gods that were not in attendance.
You,
Me,
okay,
everyone
You're not a
that's
god.
trapped on the outer plane,
and
and Lolth.
Wolf.
She technically was going there, but managed to escape with her life. She's willing to help me in retaking this world and stopping Vecna, but she demands a price.
Oh god, is this, okay, hold on, is this another demonic god, or is this
What kind of god is it?
Mother
Yeah.
of demons,
Okay. alright,
Shove nigger off, go with 1,000 young.
Whoa.
Mother of demons. She is the Drow Queen, which was an ancient race of evil
It's not
elves.
like
You know, it's not that
some
important.
N-word.
I feel like it kinda is, cause I mean, you literally just said you wanna retake the world with her, so.
What, you mean
I want her help to stop Vecna, who's going to destroy the world.
Okay, so is
This
Wolf
is-
gonna take over the world?
It doesn't matter how evil she is.
It does though, because we don't wanna go, we don't wanna like,
Look,
if this is
I,
not Trump and Hillary, okay? Like,
I can manage her. Okay, I don't know who those people are.
If they're the only ones we can look to for help right now. We don't have much of a choice.
Dear Satan.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
alright, you know
But
what?
the enemy
I
is
don't really
also my
care
enemy.
as long as, you know, I live.
Yes, of course. Well, I figure, seeing you are a slayer of demons historically on your family line, and I did grant you a huge favor by quieting your murderous acts.
Who, by the way, is awesome.
You're welcome. We should kill him. I heard that.
I agree.
Oh, crap.
We're not there though.
So. Yeah,
I
no,
know,
I'm
I
not
still
there.
Anyways,
Galloway.
Lolth has demanded.
A sacrifice?
How do I put this?
Let's jump down the tallest tree in the woods with a herring?
She wants
I'm struggling.
someone to help her to bear young.
I was right.
Oh my goodness.
I called it.
And she wanted me to give, I forget,
What is she-
Pip. She wanted me to give her Pip, who's Gavin's character.
I don't know, I mean, we can't really give him to people.
He's actually very instrumental to some of my plans.
Didn't
However-
he already seduce like a shadow goddess?
That was her.
Oh,
Oh, he
actually
seduced
Lolth.
Lol.
Oh,
But
already
he
made it
didn't
with
he
her
think it
once.
was someone else though?
Which is why I asked your
Dude,
barbarian
he's
friend to
already
join
made
us.
with her.
Okay, what is he supposed to do? Convince him? Yeah, okay, convince him.
No, I was hoping that
Stunt
you could
dick.
just give him to Lolth.
No.
Stunt dick.
Stunt.
Look, he is obviously a strong, fierce warrior. He's of noble descent.
We can't
He's
just give
got
people to
relatively
demons.
high charisma. I mean,
We can't just give people to demons. We can't.
with your help, I could.
Oh goodness.
I don't want to fight that guy. I want to lure him into a false sense of security, and then you
No.
knock him unconscious with some
Can we
poison
just
that
find,
I've
like, a
gathered.
random
And
townsperson and give them to Lol? I'd rather not give someone
she
that I know.
is a demon goddess. She demands a certain level of
She needs a
Say
con.
quoi.
No, she needs a
Would
con
you
bonus
take a
of at least
golem? I
4,
know
okay?
a guy
That's what
that
she
can
needs.
make golems. Like, I'm sure
She
that
doesn't need a stunt dick. She needs a real dick.
What
Like
about
I
a
said,
half
she needs a
golem? It still
con
has a
bonus.
real
Look,
dick. Like,
Look, she is
And
a
it's loyal.
and it's
Look, she's
loyal.
going to
demon
eventually
goddess,
get what
okay?
she wants.
Needs a con bonus of at least 4.
She needs a component of a-
She needs someone with stamina. Someone with huevos.
Girth.
Someone with
Look,
Mojo.
When you
Outlander.
say very young, what do you mean?
She means
Well,
to
it's
dig a
sperm donor.
fucking hole, throw some orphans in
she
there.
doesn't have
call it
any
in.
more drow offspring. She wants to create more. A litter of godlings, essentially.
I mean,
Which,
you can
and
ask
given our
her.
current situation, is not a bad idea.
I mean, you could probably ask Pip. I don't
That's
see
the
why he would
gestation
have a
period on a god.
He's already told her no several times.
fantastic.
You
But-
know,
I'll tell you what. I'll make you a promise. If we give over the barbarian fairy king to her, I promise we'll get him back at some point, alive.
I mean, we might have a slight problem here. After all, she is a woman. He is a fairy king.
What does that mean?
Make it a gay joke.
Oh.
Seriously, my jokes
He's
are going
just
over
not
this
that
fast.
into
I'm
you.
sorry.
Seriously?
I'm fucking.
Tonight-
That was like
yeah,
literally
we're-
lowest common denominator.
I need
The only reason I was stupid was if I had
He's not the
cornball
goblin.
to
Sorry, the guy that sits next to me got me
Don't-
so sick, so I'm like,
eat. Don't even start with me.
So-
Okay, you and I both know, Jareth, that there's not a woman on earth that could resist his power. Except for 15-year-old Jennifer Connelly, for reasons that fucking escape
Wait, what?
well, technically,
So he's no goblin king.
I just missed that part. I'm sorry.
It was pants.
The alien.
Can we like promise to give him to her after, and then not, and then?
This is a pressing issue. I need this to happen today.
Listen, she just is going through a real
I mean,
dry
you
period right
Do you
now.
really want to betray a
Look.
demon goddess? I mean, that seems like a bad idea.
You don't have to help me. But then again, I don't have to
We
help
could
you.
just probably ask him. I mean, it.
No,
mean,
I think knocking him unconscious and throwing him into a alternate dimension of shadow is probably a better option.
No,
That
because
way he
then,
doesn't remember it.
yeah, but like,
I mean,
who else does he think it would be? We literally brought
Listen,
him
help
here.
Satan date rape the
Look,
guy.
I told him I needed help with something. I never said what.
Can you make sure he doesn't know that it's me? Like,
Yes, of course. He goes and waves his hand. You experience horrible pain as you literally transmogrify into a man.
great. Now I'm a man.
You have a
Oh,
penis.
do I have a
she's,
dick?
she's gonna
Oh,
mate
yeah.
with Lilith.
No.
This is going to Freaky Friday right here.
So she's gonna
Yes,
mate
it
with
is.
Lilith.
No.
No.
No, I'm gonna help
But she
trick
just
him.
got turned into a dude.
No,
It's a disguise.
you're not gonna, it's a disguise.
You should mate
It's
with
a
her.
fake
No,
penis.
I don't want to mate with the demon. I'm gonna make a boo mate with the demon. He's
You
gonna-
know, now that
It'd
the
be
other
hilarious.
players mention it,
Wait, can I be a dude and mate with her?
You don't you need me for something
yes,
else?
that's
though?
right. I need you to help
Okay.
go to the pyramid. So
Yeah, okay. I
So-
do make a sexy man though, let me tell you.
all right, so you
Go for it.
go and
Am I a sexy man?
You got a 4.
I
You're
got a
George-
7.
you're George Costanza.
you might be visually
George
attractive, but
Costanza.
you're awkward.
Sexy, biatch.
You gotta roll a
Sexy.
D10.
That's smart and sexy.
One of our viewers said magical penis envy.
Yeah!
I got a 6.
So you're a 6.
I'm a 6.
You're
I'm a
above
6.
average.
I'm a 6 out of 10.
All right, so
Alright.
anyway,
Let
so
me
you
stroke my
you
beard now that I
hoodwink
have
Abu, you know, chloroform him, stuff him into a dimension of technically shadow,
This is what
call it a day.
I've seen
Alright,
that.
well, I really hope he forgives me for this, even though he doesn't know it's me.
To be fair, he might like it. There might be nothing to forgive. I mean, think
He'll
about
find kids
It's
he
a
never
shot-
knew he
it's-
had.
I guess. I mean, I hope that Wolf is good to him.
I hope she's gentle.
Be
Oh,
gentle.
she'll be fine. He'll be fine.
You do take,
I mean, you know,
Abu
he might
does
get
manage
he
to
might get a taste for
hurt you pretty
BDSM.
severely
Oh, fun.
in the attack.
Shit, right?
Because the reason Asmodeus wanted to do this is because he didn't want to fucking get attacked.
Great. Thanks, Asmodeus. Fuck you.
And he
Wait,
goes and
Asmodeus
casts
was afraid
magic
to get
to.
his ass kicked by Lilith?
No, by
Fucking proxy penis, dude.
Roxy P.
So Osmodius heals you and
It's
calls.
the least you could do.
Are you serious? Okay, who put my throw that my daughter gave me for Christmas on the dog?
That'd be me. Okay, you know he's just gonna go back to snuggling you.
Get a different blanket. This one is from Allura.
Roll
No one
fucking
touches
thumbs,
it but me.
crochet
My
yourself
daughter
a
gave
fucking
this
blanket.
to me. It's special.
And now it has shadowness on it, so it's even more special.
Shrouded in
It can
mystery.
be washed.
Can I ask a quick question?
This is
Can I
true.
ask a question here real quick?
Sure.
Like,
What the fuck?
are we sure that Lolth's gonna accept this particular tribute?
This
Yeah,
is
like how do we
pissing me
know
off.
it?
May the odds be ever in
I'm
favor.
fast forwarding through most of that just for time's sake, but let's just say it's it was a lengthy negotiation that she was aware of.
Okay. Alright, well, the deed is done. I mean, I've killed a baby seal. It's not the worst thing I've ever done, so.
Nor will it be your last.
Great. Good
Really?
to know.
Really?
Hey, give me a will save.
Really? You think
Oh
that
god,
killing
I
a
will
baby seal is not
save
as bad as
me.
this?
Alright. Oh goodness.
Do you really think that killing a baby seal is worse than this?
Guys, don't you know baby
I
seals
got a
taste
14.
delicious?
Hey,
You're
Alex, what do
seriously
you want? Hi, I love you.
Go watch Netflix or I will hurt you.
I don't want to watch Netflix.
Really, John?
Okay, go watch Netflix or I will
Take away privilege.
take away privileges. Yeah, I'll
Go
be a
watch
grown up
Netflix or
about
I'll
it.
take away Netflix.
Go watch Netflix or you can't watch Netflix anymore.
What the fuck is going on?
No, he'll hug you and kiss you and he'll call you George.
Alright,
Okay, I
so
got a 14.
so
Is that enough?
Osmodius goes and summons up a demonic portal and kind of shoves you through it.
14 on her will save.
Yeah, so you're seriously considering turning to evil.
Ah, great! I love that.
Don't you know? Evil seems cool.
No,
You
no,
know, the
long
map
song
of
title.
madness.
That motherfucker.
I do it all because I'm evil.
Yes, that is good one, no.
Good
I
Lord,
just
half
did,
our-
the only one I
half
really
our
have
village is broke down
memorized is,
to
you know,
fucking
my
salt.
brother's version of my part to do this.
Alright.
Bad boy.
Hey, microphone.
What you gonna do?
Oh,
when they
actually,
come
what a
home?
good story.
Yes.
Look
He'll
at
be dead 'cause
look
I
up
mean, he's killed
Voltaire's
already.
story
He's
of
a
how he
fucking
got
idiot.
arranged to do
I
brains.
am.
Will you
Yes,
guys
you are.
still love me if I'm evil?
Because he said, okay, how long is this
No.
supposed to be?
No.
Well,
Fuck you
good,
guys.
you have to
Do it
buy
all
them
for
as
free.
well. And how many
Stupid
did
mic.
you paid?
Sorry to
it's
internet.
on the final. So it'll be 5 minutes long.
Okay.
And that's why the song is 5 minutes long. He was getting paid by the second.
Oh.
When Voltaire was hired to do brains, he asked how he's getting paid and how long this wanted the song to be. Well, it can be up to 5 minutes long. And how am I getting paid? By the second. So it'll be 5 minutes long.
Ooh, what are we doing now? I'm excited.
You're going into a dungeon.
Yay!
Yay, dungeon.
Put in the dungeon and dungeon.
Alright, so-
Not like the dungeon that fucking Naboo is going to. That's a different dungeon.
Is that a
That's a sex dungeon.
There might be one of those in here.
That's one of them bow chicka bow wow dungeons.
It's the kind with the weird clamps.
The clamps.
They call me the clamps.
Spread 'em, bitches, yeah.
The safe word is cannoli.
Oh, there was, I can't remember what movie it was, but I'm pretty. Oh no, it was Deadpool. His safe word is kumquat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's funny. Do you have Eurotrip? The safe word? She said, wait, did you say fuck? Here's some weird ass word. Yeah, she brings out this giant
She's like,
gun
very
with
well
3
then.
dildos. And then turns to Nell and goes, fuck is the cock? She goes, no! She violates his ass.
Which is why if you go to Europe, you should never have the open
And he was
sex.
walking funny for the rest of that movie.
It was hilarious. You know, it wasn't that was almost as hilarious as the Italian guy on the train who accosted them in the dark tunnels.
Scusi, scusi.
Oh my god.
And then you finally see him with one of them and it's like, scusi, scusi.
That wasn't an average Italian man. That was just a rapist.
Oh my goodness.
He wasn't even Italian.
I am not leaving.
It was
this for nonsense
hilarious,
groups.
though. I mean,
Fine.
Euro Trip was
I
all
have your
kinds of
special
sex
die.
jokes.
Okay, fine.
The one for deciding who goes where?
Oh.
Woo!
Oh no, there's like a dozen different covers of
Kinda got more on
Scotty
board.
doesn't
I
know.
can get the garbage back out.
You
Yeah.
know, it's
If you
Matt.
don't mind.
Who is it? Matt Damon. That's the lead singer of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Damon, Matt Damon.
He
Matt
did.
Damon's
Matt
Matt
Damon, Matt
No,
Damon.
he played the lead singer of the guy in the band. I think he did some big thing.
I think that actually he did sing.
It was just like a weird fucking cameo. Like, there's all these like no-name actors, and then fucking Matt Damon is the lead singer of this band. That's like for 1 minute of the whole fucking movie.
That's what they do.
What I thought
though.
was really great, my favorite Matt Damon performance was in Team America World Police.
God damn it, I literally made that joke earlier.
Yeah.
Matt
Damon.
Damon.
Yeah, I just did that. Matt Damon, Matt Damon, Matt Damon.
I've never seen that movie.
Me.
It's pretty funny.
I probably
So there's a whole.
Damon.
What's
So
really
it's,
hilarious is the
it's-
this damn it. When you see the Barbies having sex, it's just so fucking.
So the
like the
guy,
Panthers.
Matt Stone and
Yeah.
Trey Parker, the guys who invented South Park,
Yeah.
they are famously renowned for not really enjoying actors and dealing with famous actors. So they very rarely have any type of
They tried to get
cameos.
fucking Michael Jackson to be the dog, and he wouldn't do
No,
it.
it was George Clooney.
George Clooney, yeah.
So they've had George Clooney play a gay dog before,
It's great.
and multiple times. And Matt Damon, they had they were making fun of the Actors Guild in World Police, and they had all the actors, and Matt Damon played himself, but his only lines were Matt Damon, Matt Damon, Matt Damon.
I still do that joke every time I see Matt Damon. I just see how long I can make the pause between Matt and Damon.
Matt Damon. All right. Anyways, so anybody who didn't roll some sort of spellcraft check. Oh, that's right. Portal opens up. Big demonic portal. Tendrils, spikes,
Hooray.
fire, and a guy comes flying
I'm
out
still
of
a
that portal.
man.
By the way, that's what Lolth's vagina looks like. So just because
Oh
it's,
my god.
No, that's the worst part. He didn't throw him at Lolth. He threw her. He threw her.
Him.
He threw him in Lolth.
Ugh. Why are the walls in here so squishy?
Ew.
Just a lot of that goes in Tom Lips.
So do I fall like in the party or is it like?
You fall on the ground.
I
Give me
mean,
a
like,
reflex
you-
save.
Oh my god.
Also,
See if she passes out, man.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh god.
That's
please,
actually
fucking
almost funny because the
sixes
only thing
today.
I have for her
I got
is
a
drug
16.
use.
I got a 16.
Okay, yeah, you managed to tumble and land on your feet.
Great, thanks.
oh, while this is happening, before that happens, I'm reaching in my bag as I see the portal opening up, and I start handing out the rings.
Okay.
Alright, what
Shara has a
Rings?
special ring though.
These are the
I
special.
think Shara has a
Yeah,
special ring.
Shara has a special ring.
Yeah.
Oh, these those anti-necromancy rings?
Yeah, they
Only
only
work
last
for
for
20
24 hours.
Ah, yes. Can
We're
I-
about to enter the temple. We're supposed to use them in, so I passed them out. Don't put this on or lose it until we tell you to.
Put it on right away.
Well, you're
it's
fucked
good,
if you do.
well, it's good
so.
for 24 hours.
I want it to last as long as possible.
Yeah, that's true.
Did anybody
Like-
besides Taylor not make a spellcraft check when viewing the temple portal,
I'll
I
make a
make perception
spellcraft check
checks.
now.
or perception, or spellcraft check?
I did perception with my special eyes. Let's see. How many of those special eyes do you have?
2.
I got a 27 on that.
Yeah, that's a nega portal. That's the kind of portal that kills you when you walk through it.
And I'm
I got
falling
a
out of
30.
it, so.
No, the one on the temple.
Oh, it's a different portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
big old evil. That's a big old evil portal.
I got a 30.
I would
Yeah.
recommend walking through that.
I wonder if being a half demon, I could walk through it.
No, you can't.
Maybe that's what
There's
you're
only one way to find out.
Throw you
You
into
can
it.
certainly
So-
try.
Actually, that might be what these rings are for.
John.
What?
So,
I thought you were going to do the Macaulay Culkin.
that's
Did you know that Macaulay Culkin did a an ad?
The
Where he
yeah,
was-
I saw a couple of
Yeah.
He was also recently on the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Fuck, he's old.
It's really
He's
just
also
fucking
dating Brenda
fall
Song,
apart.
who was in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Yeah,
You
she's
were
in a
sneaky.
bunch of stuff.
And also,
You're a sneaky
Miley
baby.
Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth got married, which is like, what? Okay.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
He can do so much better.
I know, and I
Like,
feel
he's a
bad
Hemsworth,
for.
for God's sake.
I feel bad for
Hand him
Chris
like a
Hemsworth
wrecking
because
ball.
now
What
he's
can
his
you do?
sister-in-law. You know?
Sybil, walk the fuck away.
Yeah.
What's
Didn't she
going
write
on?
Wrecking Ball about him though? Like, wasn't that the whole thing? I don't know.
Wait, Miley Cyrus married Chris Hemsworth's brother?
Yeah.
Why is he so stupid?
I don't know.
You know, you don't
Ask
date
Miley Cyrus
Disney
herself.
kids until they're at least
That's
30.
your-
Hey, you don't
With
have
at
any
least
sense of
5
political
years of
arguments.
therapy.
Onward.
Out.
I banish thee.
Love you.
I love you too, baby.
Hey, Alex, do you want to take a shadow with you?
Yeah, sure. Chip.
Right in the nutsack.
Right in the nuts.
All right, keep him in there with the door closed.
Okay.
You really fucking responded to that clap.
Yeah, that's what he always did. He normally, when he's laying on the couch next to me and somebody calls him like that, he will push off my neck with his feet and give me a ninja kick in the throat.
Oh man. He just ninja kicks, period, because he's an asshole.
What is that? It
It's
looks like something.
jewelry.
Yeah, it looks like something that was holding
Yep.
bracelets.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
it was Maeve's necklaces were on that she got for Christmas.
No!
What happened?
He threw a piece of cardboard and.
Landed in between them.
Nice.
Between the billboards.
All right, so who's stepping into the death portal first?
Him.
Well, I want to equip my ring. Sure.
No, I know who's going first. The bravest of them all. The man who says
Already sprinting.
No. Thwom, the Fiend Slayer.
Ah, yes, that makes sense.
Give me the ring.
Here you go.
Don't give him the
I'll
ring.
give you a different ring.
I'll give you a different ring.
This is gonna be hilarious or stupid.
Guys, welcome to my prank channel.
You know, I kind of want to start singing the Gaston song. About him.
one strongest.
Nobody knows the words to that song.
No one strongest. Thom goes. The one's. Throm's a hard word to rhyme with.
All right, so Throm goes and steps through the.
He uses antlers in all of his decorating.
My, what a guy, that's Throm.
Well, he did get
Watch
a
that.
no
That
skull
guy, that's the
taxidermy
Rom.
for a pauldron on his shoulder.
When I was a boy, I ate 5 dozen dirts. Because he eats dirt.
He eats dirt.
He doesn't eat dirt even though they're gonna eat dirt.
He just
That's
makes
right.
Reggie eat dirt.
I thought his race could do that.
They can. Goliath in 5th edition.
I don't know. I make
don't
up
know.
most of the stuff that he does. Alright.
GM powers.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, so Thrawn steps through the portal and disappears in a necromantic energy.
You want to tell me where
Alright, not going through that. Bye.
So how long are we supposed to wait to see if he's dead?
And he doesn't come back. There's
We should have
quite
tied a
wall.
fucking rope to him. God damn it.
Actually, I was just thinking. Actually, I reach behind me.
Red-
I pull out a rope.
Reggie kind of gets nervous and he puts on the ring and runs. I'm coming!
I hold this.
Can we lasso
I told
him
him
just to see if the rope stays taut?
Yeah, actually,
If
that's
he
what I
fucking
did.
runs in and then the rope just falls down, that's
Oh,
a fucking
that's
issue.
horrible. Reggie's gonna die.
What? Why? He didn't put the ring on, did he?
No, he did.
Oh, he did.
You just put on the wrong one.
He put the ring on and said, I'm coming, sir.
Why is Reggie gonna die?
Where are they going?
I'm
Does he have to
keep a
make
note
save?
of over here. Actually, no, that's really not the worst one.
Oh, so these take you into different rooms.
Okay.
Oh!
Fuck.
All right, who's next going through the
I'm
portal?
going. I'm fucking running. Penis ring
All right, do
activated.
you want to roll a d8 or you want me to roll a d8?
Roll a d8. Roll the curse die.
The curse die is a d20.
How did you get a 13 on a d8?
Simple, I used the wrong dice.
Sorry, I realized it was a d8. Leave me alone.
I did have somebody for an entire game. They were only rolling like 1s and 2s and 3s for their d20 rolls. Turns out they were using an online die roller and accidentally had it set to d4.
That's
I rolled a
hilarious.
3. I'm assuming that puts me in room 3.
Oh, yeah, you're in room 3.
Alright, which one
Surrounded
am
by
I?
chains.
Which one am I?
Just grab a random one.
And
You're
also
the
with
tiny
one
one.
of
Be the
exceptions.
dog. That one. Yeah.
You also
Oh,
see
he's
a,
Alright,
so
roll.
little.
you also see a
Roll that.
dapper man in a suit.
A dapper man in a suit.
That
Oh,
is
God,
bottom.
Alright, you're in the bottom door.
Oh crap, there's
Which-
a pale looking motherfucker.
That bottom?
He's got all sorts
Right
of
there.
things in
Come
his
through
head.
that
I was
door.
thinking,
Box.
I was thinking something else.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, a man who's a master macabre. Gomez Adams.
Alright,
All right. What?
next person in.
Am
Fuck
I
it,
there
I'll
yet,
go.
or where am I?
I actually, as he's
Oh, by the way, does nobody like have a conversation with the dude that just showed up?
Hi guys.
Shara's like, who are
Who the
you?
fuck are you?
I'm Evie. Hello.
You don't look like Evie.
I'm a man.
You're a
Have you
dude.
changed your hair?
As Bodhi's turned me into a man. It's a long story. Oh,
Why?
I'm sexy though, right?
Not too bad looking, no.
She's a 6.
I do.
Yeah, better looking than me.
Alright, so Josh, you're going next.
Actually,
Yes, fuck.
as he's
One
going
person
in,
age is like, fine wine. You
I,
age
uh,
I'm just like, oh, fuck it, better get it over with.
as he's going in, I grab hold of his pauldron and go in with him.
Okay.
Cauldron?
Pauldron?
Protective thing right here.
Oh.
Okay.
It doesn't technically. I grab hold of his phone when I walk in with him.
Okay. Well.
Shall we?
Alright,
Well,
both
see,
of
the-
them roll me a d8.
Wizard of Oz.
Alright, so
Roll a
both of you
D8.
roll me a d8.
Sure.
Just one of you guys.
One of you is gonna be fucking lost at the elbow.
3.
3.
Hey, you're in my room.
Hey, you're with the gnome.
Hey, you both are at the gnome.
Top door.
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
Holy
I
fuck!
rolled
Here's
a-
one,
I rolled a
and
1.
here's the other.
You rolled a one.
No, I
Shit,
got
shit.
different.
Hey, you're with Reggie.
Well, you
Wait, what?
You said only one of us needed to roll.
Yeah, you.
So who need who?
Okay, so how hard do you hold on to each other?
Pretty hard.
Pretty hard. Cool.
One of you is losing a fucking arm.
Roll
The
a reflex
skin
save.
that you're holding on to gets like you get like
Oh,
a bad like
no.
rug burn as you're pulled apart from one another
Oh,
dimensionally, and you both take 1 point of damage.
Ah, crap.
Please keep track of your damage because you're going to be taking a lot of it in this lower. lower level.
Wow. Okay.
Well, at least you warned us.
What room is Throm in?
Throm is in room 5. If you want to roll directional.
Right.
So, Jason and I are in separate rooms.
Yes.
Yes.
Sad days.
All right,
You're with
so-
Reggie.
Okay, because I rolled a 1.
Yes, you're with Reggie.
Okay, well that's better than nothing. At least I got.
All right. So now it's just down to
This means I can finally
Alicia,
cast my spell.
Hurukai, Raikou, and this handsome stranger,
And Shara.
and Chara.
Just
Handsome
above
stranger.
average.
You know who I am.
By the way, before I went in, I was gonna say I did pass out the other rings.
Yes, I know.
It just
What? Oh, okay, I got a ring. You gave a ring to a stranger.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, you said who you were.
I know, but I didn't think anyone was paying attention.
Alright, Shara will go next.
All right. Do you want me to roll d8?
Yeah, please.
Cool.
Whenever you're.
Wow, you got the nice room, room 7.
Ooh.
Ooh, 7, my lucky number.
technically.
Turns out this is actually a luxury suite at the Ramada.
In fabulous Orlando, Florida.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
I
no
was
one
gonna
told
say
you it's actually the
Temecula.
Universal Resort.
Oh.
I don't know if it's actually.
I feel always
Alright.
like if you want one of those
And then,
trips to fabulous
Michelle?
destination, you get
Yeah.
going to Orlando.
You wanna? Are you going in with Urukai and Raikou?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Are you
You
gonna
want me to
make
roll
all
D8 or
D8s
do you
without
wanna?
I think I have one over here. Yeah, I have a few.
Good job.
How many D8s do
So
I roll?
if you won one of those no
These two
all
skeleton
expense
guys
paid
will be
trips,
Hirukai and Raikou.
and
I rolled a
you,
5
one
on a
trip to
D8.
Orlando,
Okay.
you Universal Resort, you
All right.
Am I
So
supposed to
you're
roll
in
more
the
than
same
once?
room as Throm.
Yeah, I would, because I feel like if I ever
What?
went on like
You're
Legend
in
of
the
the Hidden
same
Temple,
room
that's
as
exactly what I
Throm.
want.
How the hell did I end up there?
I'm like,
Because
bitch,
you
I
rolled a
already
5.
live here.
But
Give
I
me a
went with
trip to
Raikou and
Vegas.
Haraku.
And where did those two guys go?
Raikou ended up
We can do
in 4,
reimbursement for the gas.
and so did
Universal
Urukai.
Studios,
Okay.
Hollywood.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't want to go to California.
I've been to California.
It's overrated.
Yeah, it is.
Oh no, it's good in a short burst. It's a vacation destination.
Yeah.
And what about
It's like going to Orlando.
Alicia
I don't want to live there.
and the wolves?
A lot of fun things
She
to
lost
do there,
character
but I
shape,
don't
so
know.
I'm just gonna say they
They stay with the ship.
they stay with the ship.
Okay, and you?
I haven't rolled yet.
Well, what
Do
was
it.
nice.
What was it, a D8?
D8.
I don't have a D8. Can I
You want me to
roll?
roll it?
Sure.
I got a D8 right here.
I got a 4.
You
Okay.
fucking
I also
D8.
rolled a 4. So she's in the same room as Urukai and Raikou.
Okay.
There you go.
Or I guess he is in the same room as.
Well,
Alright.
I'm still a woman. I might have a
So-
dick, but I'm still a
I
woman.
guess everybody give me
It's the
initiative.
same room as
There's a lot to unpack in that.
Okay, so
We're just gonna leave
Let's
that.
start with square one.
We're just gonna leave that box sealed up. Just gonna be that
Women
box.
can have dicks, okay?
that's called a fuda.
What?
No, no.
You know what? Like I said, we're just gonna leave that box closed. We're not gonna open
Punari.
that one.
It's a female with a
What? Let's
No.
let's just leave this box closed.
Yeah, that's true.
Look, we have demons to kill. Let's get into identity politics later.
I rolled a 19.
okay, anybody else want to give me an initiative?
Fuck yeah.
Nope, I just want to take a look up.
I got a 3.
I got a 12, so 14.
Lower's better. This is golf.
Oh wait, what did we add to that?
What'd you get, Josh?
14.
What was
14.
that?
I'm also
Yeah,
The
trying
shower
to
thoughts thing? The whole point of
It's
playing
not
golf
allowed.
is to play the
Well,
least
it's
amount of
your
golf.
dex bonus plus if you have any initiative bonuses, which you probably don't.
I do not know. Say dex bonus?
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually got a 6.
Oh, wow.
Alright, well, I have a 20 then. I forgot to
Michelle,
add
what'd
that.
you get on initiative?
Alright, great. I'm gonna have to keep Reggie alive.
16 plus.
Right.
Not gonna try that hard.
What room did Michelle end up in?
Fire glare.
I'm
Okay.
strong.
I'm just
5
No, you pass it.
was Throm.
Okay, I got a
The
total of
motherfucker by
20.
Sternly looking at him.
Okay,
I can do
and
that.
then
I have
Charlie,
burning
what'd you
gaze.
get on initiative?
Amazing.
Shara
Just set motherfuckers on fire with my mind and shit.
has.
You know, I set up like
Says
face
14
recognition for this,
It's
so I didn't have to type in my password so much. But I'm kind of pissed off at it because
Three
it
is
keeps interrupting me
17.
typing in my password. So I'm like,
Shara has
we're-
17.
I'm in, I guess.
Okay. Fitting. Alright. So, for top of the initiative,
Wait, did Jason go?
Jason, what did you get on initiative?
17.
Okay.
20.
The one thing I don't understand about my phone is that I can
Do you
unlock
need me
it
to roll
with my
for
fingerprint, but when I
Reggie?
restart
No,
the
okay.
phone, it
I'm-
says
I'm
for your
tracking
security you have to
initiative
use
by
your
room.
4-digit PIN.
Okay.
Mine does that too.
It says I have to log in with my
Never
PIN
mind.
code,
Alright.
which anybody could have, and not my
So,
fingerprint, which only I have.
top of the
I have a
initiative is
pattern.
Throm and
Actually, I
Alicia.
know
So,
why.
Michelle,
Weird.
Yes.
you
because the
and
file
Throm
the fingerprint on
both
the
find yourself
the
in
What did you
a
roll,
tornado.
Michelle?
the pen is.
Michelle, what did you roll?
What did I roll?
Yeah.
20.
20 total.
Fuck, dude.
All right.
I got a 20 total as well. So.
Oh,
Oh,
What's
you
your-
got a 20
what's your-
total?
what's
I
your
thought you
dex?
said you got a 19.
Well, I rolled a 19. I have a 20 total with the dex mod.
So
You
I
have
think
one dex.
What? Michelle, what's your dex mod?
Dex mod
You fucking wipe your
is
ass.
4.
Yeah,
My
she
stubby
wins by
little
dex mod.
arms.
Just have a golem do it.
All right, so Michelle.
One
Yes.
finger, counterclockwise.
So you and Throm end up in a room that has a literally spinning tornado full of chunks of volcanic glass and rock and pumice and all types of chunks of metal that's just spinning around in a giant cyclone.
What the fucking place?
The ceiling on this particular room is very tall. It probably stretches up about 40 feet
Oh,
in
crap.
in the air.
Are my
But
golems
it's
allowed
a-
to come in?
What?
Are my golems allowed to come in?
You kind of ran in without making a plan, so
No.
Alright.
they kind of look at each other and go, "Should we be?"
Wait, didn't you give them an order to like follow you at some point?
Yeah. I mean, they literally always follow me. I'm just wondering if.
Okay,
'cause,
tell
like,
you what, I'll roll for it.
Yeah, I mean,
What if your golems got stuck in another room and you lose?
High or low?
That'd be funny.
low always.
Low? Okay, so, let's just say
It wasn't low.
one of them came with you. The
the fucking stone golem or the stone or gun golem, metal golem, whichever one. I'm leaving the fucking half golem behind because I'm not sure if he'll make it through the portal since he's one. he
so
fucking runs
the
in
one
with,
that
like,
was given
half
to you as a
person.
gift, or
Such a hard decision.
Yeah, it is because I'm contemplating like if the fucking slave collar gets fucked, the one that was given to me as a gift will turn into a pile of rocks, but the other one is still fucking controlled by the fucking guy that's super mad at me.
yeah, just bring the one that was given to you as a gift.
All right.
He comes in just because he doesn't know any better.
Everyone's like, no, no, no. He's like, what?
And somehow miraculously ends up in the same room as you.
Right.
Alright, so anyways, Michelle, you're in a giant cyclone of spinning rock and debris and stuff. Go ahead and give me a reflex save.
Did I tell everybody about the elemental stone?
Nope.
Nope.
Fuck.
17 plus
Good, you can tell the people that are in the room.
7, that is a 24.
I don't mean to laugh at your pain, but it feels so good.
It's really funny.
Oh, it feels so very good.
Motherfucker.
Oh, hey, just so you know.
Yeah, 24 total on my reflex save.
Oh, never mind. I'll tell John later.
The answer to your question is no. Because there is a thing that lets me do that.
Reggie
Okay.
has
What'd you get,
saved
Michelle?
it.
I got the thing that lets me read other people's minds.
Alright,
I don't
so
know
you
the thing that lets
managed to
people read my
go
mind.
and crouch down low to the ground and avoid the spinning chunks of rock and sharp volcanic glass that are spinning around like little blades and bludgeoning things. You managed to not get lifted off the ground by the giant vortex of air, and you see that there are 3 doors in the room. Throm is similarly keeping low. He goes, doesn't seem like much of a dungeon.
Okay.
I mean, it's a wood chipper.
It's
We
almost
do
different.
technically have to get through this.
Okay, which door do you want to go towards? Where is he compared to where you're at?
You guys are at the same door.
Oh, they are at the same door. Cool.
Yeah.
I suggest we go through the closest one for ease of travel.
Alright, let's go over here to the one on the left.
No, we're right here in front of this one.
We just came out of this one.
Oh, so you want to go through the other? Okay.
You
shit.
want to leave the dungeon? We just got here.
Fine, we'll go through the other one. Just be careful.
Get your wings out of my face and move that way.
My wings aren't in your face, fucker. They're flat against my back so that I don't get them ripped up.
Fair enough. Move.
Anyway, so yeah, I move.
Alright, so you guys go. Roll me a d8.
What?
Well, maybe
You're gonna roll a fucking d8 for each fucking room?
I rolled 6.
Sucks.
6.
Yes.
I really wish I'd had a moment to cast a couple spells before I.
Do I need the yellow die?
Fucking next
Oh, that's
column.
I was wondering where the. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll the yellow die.
You said 6, right?
Yeah. The Throm's on 2.
Fucking iron gnome.
Brahms on 2.
He fucking does this and just rocks come to him.
Actually, I'm thinking of the hamster now.
Oh, Hammond.
You
All
said
right,
I haven't
Brahms
seen
on
much
2.
about that, but for some reason this little
And what'd
tiny
you-
thing is like
Michelle,
this
you
really
got what?
big golem.
6.
That's
6.
what he reminds me of.
Yeah, she's on 6.
That's, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm literally saying like
Everybody's been
follow the
redistributed.
golem and just fucking sit inside of him.
All right. So,
Jolly, the
I'm gonna
Pacific
become a
Rim theme
little
just
tiny
starts.
Iron Man.
Michelle, you go and you step.
No, you do Stone Man.
You go and you go
I have
crawl
one
through
bit
the
of metal.
portal. Throm's right
you're
behind
Mega
you.
Man.
You come to this this kind of
Well, I have one
Pitted,
bit of metal.
metal room.
I do have
that,
a metal golem. It's the
inside
kind
of
golem
it,
that sits on the
there's
ship.
the ground is kind of like a polished,
That'll make me
kind of a
happy.
mix between a stone and metal.
Yeah.
In the center of the room, there's a kind of like a big,
It's an
green
green, but it's made with like 16th century.
puddle.
I have made of
and in the ceiling there is this, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. In the center of the room,
Uh-huh.
there is a polished white stone statue, and around the floor there's a whole bunch of small like little green puddles. They're in like little divots, like not more than a couple. The ceiling is this giant glass colander that is full of cracks, and through the cracks are dripping this kind of green liquid. Give me a
Uh-huh.
reflex save.
It's acid. Spicy.
18 plus my reflex.
Yeah. So you manage to avoid the drips as they fall down. Also, as you come through into this room, you hear inside your head, your boyfriends question your fidelity.
Oh,
No shit.
They question whether they really wish to be with you or go back to their families. Now that you've served your purpose, what good are you to them?
Who the fuck is this?
I am Vecna,
oh
god
shit.
of this realm. You are in my dungeon. If you wish to get out of here alive, you must abandon things like love and compassion. The child within you deserves protection.
I've already.
And I'm willing to give you safe passage.
Are you
out of
preggers
here
already?
if you
Good
just
lord.
abandon your course.
Not abandon jack shit.
Sheep preggers.
I will
already.
attack. But can I,
Attack what? Are you
Attack
attacking
the darkness.
You
I
beat me
punch
to it.
myself in the brain.
can I, if I let loose my breath weapon, they'll be light.
On what?
What's in front of me directly?
The statue? Statue's not talking to you. This voice in your head is omnipresent.
No, it couldn't fucking hurt. Let's get some light in here.
Alright, well. You unleash your breath weapon, a giant torrent of flame goes and bathes the statue in fire. You see the statue smolder a bit. What knowledges do you have?
Let's see. Forbidden knowledge do I have? I have religion, nobility, and local.
Give me a knowledge nobility.
Wait, I never. Wait.
Seriously, knowledge, nobility.
Sure, why not?
Who would the statue be?
Alright, so it's a total of 19 on knowledge, nobility.
That's the ancient Duchess, Corson. She was known for her beauty and her soft, voluptuous skin. She's over 600 years old, but she's still taught in schools for having a lot of beauty, everything. Why she's a statue of hers in this dungeon, or why you set it on fire is beyond me.
Can I just say
You
I
do
wanna
hear
have the
Vecna
list
laughing,
that
and he goes,
get taught in school because
"It
that was a
comes
good
to a
looking
time.
for 600
Yes, I will be
years.
forced to cut the child from your stomach."
That's not fucking happening.
Do it.
Right. Okay, the voice in your head fades. Who's next on the initiative? That would be
Me.
the gnome and the dwarf. Where are you door-wise?
I'm on the lower. He's on the upper.
Alright, so you are surrounded by a labyrinth of chains. They're chains as though you were, kind of waiting in line at the bank. There's
Oh,
ropes.
no.
So they're all
Chains
like head height.
They're all head
For
height.
you.
Head height for you. Some of them are down at leg height or ankle height for you, or knee height.
So he's not in the
But
same
they're
room.
they're
We're
they're
in the same
they're
room.
not
No, you guys got
they're not
separated.
impossible to
Yeah,
move.
they are. That's a wait.
I thought. Oh, okay. I thought
So
they
they're
were
not
in the same
impossible
room.
to move through. However, what is happening with this chains is big giant arcs of electricity keeps going down these chains, all centrally connecting to a central some sort of gnomish power station
Oh,
that's
perfect.
sending out waves of electricity in the center of this labyrinth.
Jeez,
Oh.
if only I had a giant grounded machine.
All right, give me both of you give me a reflex save.
Two characters have like the epic reflex saves.
Why does my data service keep getting clocked? God damn.
Turn on the Wi-Fi.
I don't want to turn on the Wi-Fi.
I wouldn't do that. Then you'd have to connect to their Wi-Fi.
17.
I mean, I have their Wi-Fi automatically.
Cody.
Oh no.
I
All
got
right,
17
total.
total.
Awesome.
Hooray!
You ever smell burnt gnome
All
before?
the time.
Have you ever?
He's his other in another life he was
practically
a
a
peasant.
fucking
What
cologne.
you say?
You know what you need? You need a fire extinguisher golem to put you out every time you are on fire.
Oh, by the way, we were talking
So
about
an arc of electricity comes towards the both of you down the chain, and
We're
you
not separated.
skillfully step out of the way. You skillfully step into it.
with
Actually,
17, I stepped into it.
Is it possible for the reflex that high to actually take my battle axe, which is all metal because it's extending, put it in front of me, in front of us?
And redirect.
Well, we're on
And-
opposite ends.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, so you don't step into it. Essentially, what you do is you move out of the way of it, and you go and brush up against the chain, and a big arc of electricity comes off the chain and hits it. Ah. Don't touch the chains.
Okay, well,
Noted.
I take my axe, I put it in front of me, I let it go for a moment, it hits that, grounds, I pick it back up.
Okay.
Am I also in the room with the chains?
No.
No, you're with Reggie.
Y'all get separated.
All right. So what do you
Damn
guys?
it, I spelled
So there's doors all around you. It's a simple navigation to get from one door to the other. It doesn't look like the labyrinth is complex in of itself. Does anybody want to give me an intelligence check to figure out anything about this? You guys landed literally in the perfect room for yourself.
Yeah.
I have.
Alright,
So I roll a 2 on
I'll
intelligence,
make it
so what I want to do is
intelligence.
climb on my golem and just try and fucking charge the chains.
Just,
Wait, is that the metal golem or the stone
No,
golem?
it's stone golem, so he's grounded.
just raw intelligence?
Raw intelligence.
I
So
got a 16.
You're not there.
you're not. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. So yeah. So my brain's not working. Yeah. Go ahead.
You should have told me that.
Sorry. It's okay.
22.
22. All right. Having avoided the electricity.
Also,
Um.
I do have knowledge engineering.
I guess, okay, so
Yes.
17 total for knowledge
Too
science.
bad that doesn't do anything because this is magic.
All right. So actually, from a dungeoneering perspective, you
I
see
have that too.
you see that all of these your brain's a little at the moment, so you can't quite
As is
think thoroughly.
always.
Plus, he has a higher vantage point than you. Just slightly, but a higher
You can see
vantage
above
point.
the chains.
The 22 was raw intelligence.
Yes,
I
I
have
know.
much better ones than that
Yeah.
dreaming. And
So
I'm
needless to
22
say,
on
you look at the
intelligence as well.
pattern that these things, and these are clearly set up as a labyrinthian thing, so it's very easy to navigate from one door to the next. However, if you were to go and disconnect some key chains and connect them onto some other chains, about 6 in total, you could cause all the electricity that's being fed off of this central thing to feed back into itself and close, make a closed circuit.
would it destroy the device?
Most likely.
Let's break it.
I have a question. How do you know what the fuck a circuit is?
I'm a dungeoneering. I'm a master of traps.
Yes,
that
you're a
includes
master of
magical
traps, not a
traps.
master of science.
I have science.
No. I'm a dwarf. We do know electricity.
Oh, good point.
To think about it, dwarves and gnomes like the two races that more so know.
Like I said, like you couldn't have asked for a perfect,
We're the
a
ones
more
who know the
perfect
tech.
dungeon room.
Good point.
So yeah, like actually, I see him. Should we shoot at this thing, or do we want to try and salvage it?
Ooh, what's the chains made out of?
Iron.
Boring.
I'm at the device in the middle.
The chains are made of chain.
Fuck.
Because
I
I
hate this.
kind of want to salvage this thing.
No, I want to break it. We could fix it if I can break it.
Give me another reflex save.
Oh fuck, dude.
You're considered already making yours.
Think about it. It could provide free, unlimited power.
5.
Okay, so you see the arc of electricity come down. It's actually coming down lower this time. So you're like, okay, I need to jump over this one. So you grab hold of the chain to jump.
Nice.
I hope you keep track of damage, by the way.
Well,
You roll a d6. This one doesn't like you.
Hooray!
Okay, so I start.
I got a 4.
Okay, so you've taken a total of 9 damage.
Okay, so I use
Just
mage.
non-lethal.
What?
I use
Yeah,
mage hand
probably.
and some metal equipment.
Mhm.
Mage hand hold down equipment to start disconnecting and reconnecting the chains.
In order to do that, you'd have to be some sort of like arcane thief that is actually able to use his skill checks through range, like using the thing like mage hand and tools.
Not a problem.
Give me a skill craft check.
And I want to
That's
make the
literally
golem
what
do
I
that
do.
for me.
All right. As you
I
are
think he's just illustrating
recovering
how
from
this is.
yet another intense electrical shock,
Hooray!
um,
Can I just climb on the golem and fucking...
you can climb. You kind of climb on the golem as you're like,
Your hair is like this.
yeah, your hair is
Complete Einstein.
inside
Yes.
your head. You hear, how many more shocks do you think you can take?
fucking a lot of them. This is my day job. Like,
Wouldn't it be better to be administering the electricity than suffering from it? I
why
could
can't
give
do
you
both?
complete control over the realm of electricity. You're known. You deserve much more than that putrid dwarf to control this area of elements. And you could do that for the world. Or you could just
No,
die.
as this is happening, I'm disconnecting
lonely,
chains and reconnecting
pathetic.
someplace else.
Yeah.
You see what the dwarf is doing? He's intending on destroying that.
You're not as convincing as the other thoughts in my head.
Wow.
That is.
Vecna refuted.
Wait, could he even hear Vecna? You know, over the crowd?
Vecna goes, once those rings wear off, I will melt your mind into slag and you'll be left insane, more so.
Sounds fun.
Good luck.
Sounds like a good time.
Good luck making me more insane.
He says out loud to no one in particular.
Me getting shocked to fuck. Good luck making me more insane.
Alright, would you get any skill check?
Not as convincing as the other
What skill would I be doing?
Engineering.
Oh goodness.
Okay, let's see. Then that is a 28.
28. All right, so you managed to go and reconnect the chains and disconnect them and everything, and you're able to do it in a fairly timely manner. Give me one more reflex save.
Fuck.
You're holding on to the golem, so I'll give you a
I'm
plus
not
2
gonna
on
use
it.
that. Well, a fucking 1.
He falls off the golem and hits the chain.
I've been rolling
Man.
slower and lower after rolling 2 fucking 20s.
Go ahead and roll me a
You need
d6.
dice.
Yeah, you used up all your luck.
I
tonight.
used 2 of them. 5.
All right, so that's a total of 14 damage.
Ow.
So yeah,
That's
another
a-
arc of electricity goes over to him just as you're getting ready to uncouple things. He jumps over the arc of electricity and into some chains you haven't. He jumps off of the golem and into some more chains.
He's on
He
the
gets
ropes.
thrown across the room, smoldering, and hits into the wall.
Oh, man.
And on the wall, there's actually an outline of him charred in black.
3. Okay, Google.
Impressive.
You don't. When you keep track of damage, just keep
No,
track of damage.
I'm already past my non-lethal. That's why I was working into the
You
other
want like
one.
a separate piece of paper for that?
No, I have the 3 spots.
I didn't know
Aren't
if
you a
wanted more
cleric?
than
Can't
3
you
spots.
cast cure spells on yourself?
No, I can imbue things with cure
Okay.
wounds.
Yeah.
You have potions, right?
I
Do
have
have
a
potions,
thing.
but
I
then
have
we
a wand
fucking
of
give you
cure
a bunch
light
of fucking
wounds.
potions.
You could,
Yeah, we all got fucking potions.
actually, yeah, you could imbue a cure light wound spell.
Do you want some
A cure
cocaine?
light wounds potion with a cure light wounds
When you
spell.
recover from your mild coma. Alright, so you managed to hook up the rest of the arcs, chains together. The electricity goes out, and instead of going into the rest of the circuit, which goes into the surrounding walls, it just builds up and keeps building up and building up. You see kind of like a tornado of electricity arcs coming off of everywhere. You kind of back up.
Pee on it.
Pee on it.
Actually, I take my
Don't
my
whiz
axe
on
and put it in
the
front of me again. I
electric
let it go,
fence.
hold it with my mage hand,
If you're not sure,
and
just
stand
pee on it.
behind it.
Pee on it.
And it builds up until there's a big surge of electricity that shoots up into the ceiling like a geyser, and you see the generator itself go and power down, and it goes and opens with a whole bunch of steam coming off of it. All the electricity like just kind of quells out of the area, and you see a floating crystal
I
with
wanna
little
grab it.
electricity
Mage hand.
bolt. Yeah. Yoink! So you get the floating crystal, and it's got a little bit of electricity arcs coming off of it.
Go to bag.
Yeah, that's important. You should probably keep that.
Yep. Then I pull out a notebook.
Why is the thief gonna keep it? I don't fucking trust you with it.
You're unconscious.
Give me a fortitude save.
You are still twitching.
Alright, I got an 18.
About time. All right, so you sit up, smoldering like.
There's a little bit of smoke coming out of your head.
You see me. I have a
Let's
note.
go again.
You see me. I have
Chug
a
a potion real fast.
You see me. I have a notebook out.
Oh, what
And
kind
I'm-
of potions
and
are
I'm
those?
actually I'm diagramming
Cure
the
serious
Sure.
wounds.
Was it Cure Serious?
Yeah, cure serious
Something.
wounds.
1 second.
We each got 7 cure serious wound potions.
Okay, so that's
Yes.
2d8, right?
I have
That
a
is,
wand of cure light wounds.
Cure greater is
Yeah, that's good, though.
2d8. Cure serious
It's
is
three.
Not the only one.
Somebody look up.
No, wait, I don't know.
Somebody Google it.
Sure.
Hey Google.
Don't do that. We all have those kind of phones.
Right?
You don't have your voice inking on that prevents it from turning on with everybody else's? I would, but my phone's slowly dying even more, so...
Now it's more
There's
fun.
a charging station behind you.
You don't have a Type-C charger, I don't think.
Fine then.
Be that way, please.
Unless
I
any
mean-
of you guys
I
have
mean-
a Type-C charger.
We just got that thing. It probably came with something
Cure
like that.
serious is 6d8 plus 2.
Oh wow. Okay. I should probably look these things up before I give them
Oh,
away.
wait, hang on. No, wait, that was the spell. That was the
You
spell.
should just
Hang
bring
on.
a cord with you places because.
Well, I have plenty of fucking cords with me, but none of them
I'm
are
pretty sure the
Type-Cs.
potion does the same thing.
Well, you should bring some Type C's with you.
Order some cheap ones off Amazon.
Yeah, if you had a charger, you could just plug it into the charging dock.
I don't have a Type-C charger.
How do you charge your phone?
I've got at my
I think I
house,
actually have an adapter. You know what? I just.
Yeah, 68 plus 2.
Listen, I've
Damn
got
it,
ones
alright,
that
so
you get healed up
that
to full.
in. Hooray! I've got ones with that end. I've got ones with that end. I don't have a Type-C though.
Get a Type-C.
I do at home.
Get another one.
No!
Fuck you.
I think y'all triggered our viewer's phone.
What's wrong?
What?
Okay, Google.
Is someone fart?
What?
No, I'd sneeze.
Alexa, location.
Charger. Is
Yeah.
this what you're talking about?
Yes.
No, that's
Okay.
not a Type-C. That's a Lightning cable.
Okay.
That's an iPhone.
You can keep that.
I don't need that.
Keep it anyways.
Throw it in the trash.
Yeet.
I hope we don't trigger our viewers, but Satan is the devil. Say Apple is the devil, but I'm tired, so you know.
Oh, that makes more sense now.
Hey Alexa, order cookies.
Hey Alexa, order pizza and send it to us.
Confirm.
Hope that's the right card. Do it.
Alright, so, anyways, yeah, you're healed up to full.
Hooray!
I'm gonna hear us falling out of this.
All right.
Our viewer sends
It's
this.
falling out.
It's falling
Our
out.
viewer
It's been
sends
slowly
this to what
falling
y'all
out
have
all
been
day.
saying.
Alright, so, moving right along. Yeah, you guys defuse your room. I assume at some point you go through a door and
Maybe.
end up somewhere else.
You don't know me. I can go through a wall.
No fucking run through the. What are the walls made out of?
John, I gotta leave in like 10.
Okay. Metal. What time is it?
5:50 p.m.
Yeah, it's 10 to 9.
Oh yeah,
8:50
whatever
p.m.
I said, my clock's fucked up.
It's like 5:50. We've been gaming for 15 minutes.
I'm sorry, my clock's fucked
Or
up.
10 minutes.
Not even.
Let's do his room real quick.
You haven't shown up yet.
Let's do his room real quick.
Okay, yeah. So, Josh, you are in a room full of penises. No.
Really, John?
Peanut.
You have a Type-C in here.
There's the elemental plane of fire, the elemental plane of electricity, the elemental plane of
Hey,
penises.
I'm opening this.
And the
You have a
elemental plane
Type-C
of
in
boom.
here.
Yeah, if you have one, if there's one you can use,
Yay,
go for it.
Type-C.
The charging
The
dock's
elemental
right
plane of
there.
I'm too old
It's
for
where
this shit.
Lolo lives.
Elemental world of anuses. Older just.
Alright, so you show up in a room full of checkerboard tiles.
You know what it reminds me of? The blog
Where are they? Room 1,
Stick
right?
one foot in
Yeah.
it and you'll stink for the
That's-
rest
So,
I know what a Type-C charger is.
Reggie's
Alright,
I know what it is.
Reggie's over there, over a little
my
bit further away
boyfriend
from the
accidentally
door.
bought one
He's
for
going,
a church party,
and he keeps moving back and forth. You hear a coo, coo, coo underneath of you, and you see Reggie standing on a different color tile than what you're standing. He goes, let's move! Move!
I'm gonna move.
Alright, you move over to the right. A giant geyser of fire goes up where you were standing, and then you hear underneath of you,
Is it always a geyser of fire?
yeah.
Awesome. I'm gonna cast a spell.
Is it always fire? Yeah.
I cast protection from energy.
Okay. What energy do you choose?
I'm gonna choose fire.
Oh! So you just humana and and you become the most metal wizard ever.
So he becomes the cover of a metal album. I thought he was a wizard,
You're like fucking Ghost
covered
Rider.
in
Oh.
fire, and he wanted to make it truly epic. He'd channel electricity through his hands while he's doing it.
Why?
That'd be cool, but that's a waste.
And if he only had one level of bard, he could have a musical riff on a guitar while he's doing it.
No, level 0 joke spell.
Ah, yes, you're right.
When he wasted his spells. It'd still look epic.
Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much all that happens in this room is a pattern of alternating fire. Reggie's pretty much just jumping back and forth. And there's literally nothing else in the room except for these geysers of fire and those and the 4 doors.
Hey, so
I'm gonna go through one of the doors now.
Yes, I'm coming right with you. I
Yes,
just
yes, Reggie.
Give me
I just
a
walk over into the computer.
intelligence check there, Josh. Wait, you made one earlier, didn't you?
Josh, you need
Yeah,
to get
you
a gem.
gave one earlier.
Yes, oh damn, you're right. I needed to get the gem.
He'd know that.
Yeah, he would know that.
17.
That given the insider information that you had would tell you that you need to get the gem. You'd be like, well, I just cast a spell that makes me immune to fire,
21.
and naturally, if I leave this room, the next room's probably not going to have fire in it, and there's a gem in here somewhere. So I'm going to stay in this room and figure it out.
Can I ask you a quick question? How close to Reggie am I?
He's out.
About 10 feet away.
Yeah, 10 feet away.
Okay. So is there any place that's not covered with the checkerboards?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to Reggie and I'm gonna be a nice guy and I'm gonna cast protection from energy on him too.
How many of those do you have?
40.
I can cast 5 a day.
Cool.
Nice.
Tonight after.
Perfectly suited for this dungeon. Okay, yeah.
Energy
You
is
cast him.
Look, okay, he's been shit on this entire game. I'm gonna take pity on him. You know what? You're immune to fire now too.
It's like, great, this will be so much help in the later dungeon as well.
I probably will, but yes, you are now completely immune to fire. So,
Are you sure? He still dodges out of the way of the next geyser. Ah!
I
Just
literally
hold him
stand.
down.
I literally stand in the geyser and allow it to flame me. I'm like, yeah, you're fine.
You're not gonna cancel it right when I.
Reggie, my dear boy, I would never dream of that.
I would never waste a spell on that.
Besides,
Okay.
besides, I've already spent the time of casting you, and I'm going to make sure you get the best out of it.
Okay, so.
Then you're holding all of my money.
Yes, right?
Pretty
I wouldn't
much.
let anything happen to you, Reggie.
Or my
I
money.
wouldn't let anything happen to you.
You're
but
so
I
nice.
need money. I need Reggie.
You're so nice, Professor Thorin.
Well, thank you, my dear boy. Now, there's an elemental gem here we must find, and then we will leave.
Okay, so I assume you spend an exorbitant amount of time with your pupil Reggie, teaching him about the intricacies of fire and magic, and trying to scour this room for a gemstone.
Well, I'd be happy to do that, but can't I just cast Detect Magic?
Yeah, you cast detect magic.
Everything is magic.
So you cast detect magic. Yeah.
And then
Outside
when
that,
the light
everything
comes
is
back-
magic, and except for these fire, the fire is magic. The magic is magic. The temple is magic.
magic
Your
is
magic.
magic.
Reggie's magic. The only thing that isn't magic is that it seems like all of these fire geysers are set off of a mechanical mechanism that triggers the spell. Interestingly enough.
Right, of course.
And there's a lot of char and resin that's built up on the walls, but that's about the only other interesting feature about this room.
Right, of course. I should have known that wouldn't work.
While you're doing that, you of course hear a voice inside of your head.
Great. What does it say?
Thorin,
Yes.
a wise and powerful wizard. of
Professor Thorin.
Mr. Professor.
You're not of this world,
Still have a degree.
and
still a
you
professor.
don't. And these people's fate do not have to be your own.
Professor Patrick.
I could easily send you back home to rule at your university, to unlock the mysteries of magic. Magic is dead here in this world. It's a dying art, and you do not need to die with it.
He's a teacher.
What have you been casting this entire time?
Peter.
It is the last vestiges of magic still leaking off the elemental plane that has died years ago. Trust me, this world is ready for a reboot. I will give it. You do not have to be part of that destruction. I could easily send you home right now. You have but to bargain with me, to leave your friends behind, leave them to their fate.
Do you know how they teach battle casting?
Of course, I invented the book on battle casting.
Do you know how they cast battle casting in how you learn it in my dimension?
Well, I could find out easily, but why don't you just tell me?
It's not a spell that you learn. It's not something you can just read in a book. What you have to do is cast magic over and over again while people throw rotten fruit at you. And and once you are able to cast spells perfectly while being pelted with rotten fruit, then are you allowed to enter a battlefield as a true battlecaster.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, you were going to tell me something nonsensical I don't give a shit about, and might as well return the favor.
Eventually that spell will wear off and you will burn and die.
How long does that spell last?
I got 3 more.
Actually, that's quite a while.
Yeah, he's not there anymore. His consciousness is off to pester somebody else now.
Yeah, he's gonna waste my time, might as well waste some of his.
That's very clever. So,
Besides, I'm an old man. I'm used to having long, rambling stories with no point.
well, you see, I don't need to unplug my internet connection.
My TV is just
my
fine.
TV is just fine.
My cell phone works just fine on
You
the
see, my son was
Wi-Fi.
over here the other day, and he has a new Visa card. And I think what
Listen,
happened
my
is he
cable
connected to
comes
my
through
Wi-Fi
just
somehow.
fucking wonderful.
Yeah, this lasts for 10 minutes per level.
Yeah, you're good for a while. So I assume that's a good ending place for you to just unlock the secrets of this room and get the gemstone and allow us to end for your character there.
Yep.
I would like to get a little bit further in this dungeon, but we can safely say that room is figured out.
Okay.
All right. So who's next on the initiative? I wrote it over here. So why am I asking you? Shara.
Yes.
Shara.
She's an
You
excited.
find yourself in a beautiful, pearly, opalesque room, with just the most beautiful, glowing features. There appears to be an ambient, brilliant, warm white light coming from just the general atmosphere. And inside the room, there is a beautiful 18-foot tall angel with long flowing curly blonde hair and pearly white
Why do you get the non-shit room?
wings, who's sitting on a throne.
Yeah, the perfect room
This
for the young
room
dad.
isn't exuding positive energy, is it?
It's
Vecna
it's
summon
exuding
positive energy?
positive feelings.
Okay, because I was gonna
Positive
say
vibes coming your way.
Lots of positive
sending
vibes.
positive vibes your
Wait, Are
way.
there a bunch of little bushes all on the sides that have these great big leaves, kind of thin,
No.
smell really good?
No. Anyways, so this beautiful and gentle-hearted angel wearing long silken gown, she leans down and smiles at you, and she goes, "Oh, you poor thing. You have such a dark and painful story. I can see it in your eyes. I can see the misery and pain that is just washed over you. Your soul is heavy and hardened. Don't worry. This room is safe from Vecna. It's safe from his eyes and ears. No harm can befall you here. I
This
was
is probably the most dangerous room.
I was told to come here and guard this temple. I was told to come here
You're
and
doing a
protect
shit job of it.
this thing, and I was imprisoned here, but I've made this space my own. I offer you very little, but what I can do for you is I can bless you and remove from you all sin. I can remove from you all the pain and evil and torment you felt throughout your life, and you can leave this chamber with a free conscience, a free soul. I can free you from your bonds.
I'm going to do a sense motive check, please.
Give me a diplomacy check first.
A diplomacy check first. Okay.
Diplomacy!
Respect
My modifier is really, really high.
Diplomacy
Yes.
for the weak.
Wow.
Is that a 20 or a 1?
It's a 1.
Oh,
Oh god.
You better
You
fucking
do
hope
stab her.
somebody
You-
walks through your door.
You think about all the things that you could say and do, and
None
the
of that
first
happens.
thing that comes out of your mouth is, "Wow, you're really pretty." What she's offering seems completely and utterly genuine. She is the genuine figure, and there's nothing for you to doubt here. You just you don't know if you find yourself worthy of such a blessing, of such a miracle.
Wow, that's very nice. Very nice what you're offering me, but I mean, I'm not worthy of it. It's just,
Oh no!
there's been too much in my life.
No, I have known an endless millennia of torture, the fall of this realm, not once but 3 times over. This is not the first time that this has happened, and it shan't be the last. And it is my cross to bear to see all of it transpire. The only thing that I can do is free you from that torment.
But
You
what's
don't.
in
You
it for you?
the happiness that it brings me
To kill you.
to myself, to free you of your sins. Go ahead and give me another diplomacy check.
Sorry, the inner monologue got out for a little bit, but now it's back inside.
That is a 7, and then you said diplomacy, right?
Yep.
1 minute, please. Diplomacy. 7. That is
Son of a gun.
35.
Cursing all night.
Okay.
I stop now.
So yeah, you find your words, and you manage to out diplomacy the angel. She's not really offering you anything new, and you're like, "It's okay. I don't
I
want
really
it."
am fine with my sins. That's good.
Okay.
But my sins are so much fun.
They can find who I am.
Give me another-
I'm stuck inside.
You want to go ahead and
What
give
do we do
me?
in heaven?
She actually
hookers
begins
and
to
blackjack.
gently, like you see
Somebody
tears
put the
coming out of her
blackjack.
eyes. And she's kind of a little bit sullen that she was not able to save you. You want to give me a sense motive, or you want to do any other skill checks?
I do want to sense motive because she's like this angel in the demon's hellhole.
Mhm.
That is a 4 plus 12. That is 16.
16. Some outside of the general scenario of where you're at, and there's the fact that there's a fucking angel here that she's offering to erase all your sins. She seems like the genuine article, but it's not her that you find suspicious, but the scenario. The fact that this is a temple to Vecna, and it has a room in it, a prison that contains an angel, and the fact that there are 4 doors that she could just walk through at any point in time.
You know, my good lady, I could offer to release you from your bondage.
It is not. It is. I must stay here. You are not the only one to enter this temple, and I must offer the same blessing to others that come this way.
Or you could just be at peace and move on.
She smiles still,
Nah,
with
fuck
tears
that.
in her eyes. She goes, it is my cross to bear, and it would be unfair, it would be unjust to not offer the same thing to the others that come this way.
I'll let them know you said hello.
I mean, I'm sure most of them would be a like mind to me.
Their souls are heavy with sin, and it is understandable.
Get out of a fire hurt as I wish.
Yeah, the gnome comes through. Just get out. Just get the fuck out.
So much sense, such a little body.
No, even worse. Because of the insanity, he is a pure and innocent soul, merely following the whims that fate takes him upon.
That's true. He is chaotic neutral. I mean,
He doesn't tend to do things maliciously. Just absolutely no forethought. You know, like a child.
With your blank slate that somebody drew a penis on.
Pretty much.
A crude one at that.
Can I make
Crazy
some kind of
little
roll to
gnome.
determine how to
Are you gonna
defeat the
try
room?
and diplomacy her?
I've been trying to diplomacy her. Like, I'm
Yeah.
offering to just release her from her
Kill her.
her bonds of this
Kill her.
room. To,
She's trapped.
basically, that's what I'm
Free the
offering to
angel.
Well,
you. I'm offering to
considering
kill her.
Josh's character was so forethought and not telling anybody that these rooms were puzzles, so I would say no at this point, unless you had some other skill check that you wanted to make.
Look, I'm sorry. I thought I shouted that out when I talked about the gold, but I guess not.
It's okay.
You just
It
said
makes it funnier.
No.
You were just like platinum.
Yeah.
Hey, I found a note in platinum.
I'm going to switch my duck for a moment.
This guy was really sad when he died, and there was something else that's
By the way,
look, platinum.
since I do go to another room, I rolled a 4 on a d8.
A 4. Cool.
Which room would that be?
That would be the room with Hurukai and Raikou.
Okay.
I guess, should I roll as well since I would exit out of a different door?
Actually, it's not just Hurukai and Raikou. It's also Abby.
Yeah, so I'll get there after they do. So
Yeah. So they gotta do their thing first.
Yep.
I guess we'll see.
I was kind
And
of hoping
Shara
I
is
land
going
in
to
her
continue
room.
to diplomatize.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, I gotta get up really fucking early for
That's
work
not
tomorrow,
good.
so I gotta get going.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Bye.
It's okay. I got a
Well,
9 to
you
6
don't have
shift,
work.
so that's nice.
Well,
All right,
I'm doing
so,
overtime. I have to go off at work tomorrow at like 5 in the morning.
Oh God, fuck that.
Yeah.
All right. So
Can you not do an Uber?
No.
What Uber is out at 5 a.m. that you would want to take?
Yeah, we left
You
his
know.
Jeep up at the house in
Yeah, it's
Malibu
gonna- you're gonna
because we
get your
didn't want
fucking
to
no,
get up
that's
to get
what's gonna
to get a truck to move our stuff. So
that sucks.
yeah, so I have to drive him everywhere right now.
Why would you? Never mind. I can understand.
Anyway, so
Because
so
of
Ta-
the truck.
Yeah.
so Taylor, you show up in a room with a room that's made out of apparently the room itself is made out of sandstone, and in the room there are words.
Huh.
No,
There
there
are
are
words.
3 beholders.
Ah,
Fucking run.
What is a beholder? Wait, what?
You don't know what a beholder is?
No.
You don't know what a beholder is?
Oh
This
my
is the
god!
first fucking
Have you ever
game
seen
It's a
Big
big-
Trouble in Little
it's a-
China?
it's a fucking
What?
floating head with
Big
big
Trouble in Little
eyeball and
China?
a big mouth, and it shoots lasers.
God damn it.
Okay, it's
Essentially
the
an
most
angry
classic
ball with a
monster
lot of
from D&D.
eyeballs.
It's a giant ball of eyeballs.
Oh God.
It
Yeah.
shoots
Eyeballs and
lasers
tentacles.
at
Yeah,
you.
the 2 best places you can find it in fiction is Doom, the game,
Okay.
and
I'll
yeah,
watch
Big
the
Trouble.
movie.
Big Trouble Little China has a beholder.
It's a little.
I did not even notice that.
What?
I'm gonna have Big Trouble Little China.
You
I'm
didn't
gonna have to
notice
watch
the beholder? How could you not? He's floating right there. He's even got a tongue in his eyeball. An eyeball is tongue.
Okay, that's
Fucking
that's
thing.
terrifying. That
Yeah.
is nightmare inducing.
So there's 3 of those.
Oh great, I'm gonna.
And there's 2 really nice, finely crafted, artisan level statues of Raikou and Hurukai.
What?
They're standing really close to one of the doors, kind of like,
Oh God damn
They were
it.
turned to stone?
They Medusa. Okay, apparently these all crossed with Medusa.
all right.
Okay, I'm-
So
What the fuck, man?
the beholder, though terrifying in its visage, does not appear to be moving whatsoever.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's rotating, but it's not like its eyes aren't moving, its facial features aren't changing whatsoever. All of a sudden, one of the eyes on the statue shoots a green laser beam at you.
Oh,
Give me a
reflex
will
save.
save.
We'll save. Oh, okay, I thought you guys had reflex save.
I could make them all reflex save.
Yes, you could.
I mean, I could, but what fun is that?
Oh, I got a good one. Hold on. I got a good one.
It's a live one.
And she's dead. No.
3. Fuck.
I got a 26.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the beam hits you, but it kind of you kind of like tense up, and the beam there's you feel your skin kind of harden for a second, but you kind of move off of it. You see some part of the sandstone wall kind of like rock over, whatever that means.
It turns from
Calcified.
sandstone
It
to
turns from
calcified.
sandstone until more calcified sandstone.
Okay, great. So there's a stone beam being shot at me. Can I see where it's shot from? Like, should I do a perception
So it
check?
becomes limestone?
It's being shot from one of the eyes of these beholders.
Oh, I thought you
Each
said it
one
wasn't
shoots.
moving.
Well, one of the eye, it was rotating. One
Yeah,
was
the
shot.
statues are kind of like rotating.
Oh,
and-
the statues or the beholders?
Beholders, they're not
Okay.
statues. I didn't make a Freudian slip. Yeah, the beholders.
Wait.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a perception check.
Oh.
Oh no, those guys, they're falling off the thing.
Okay, I got a 17 and a 16. So.
Yeah, those are, though they're colored, those are definitely sandstone statues of beholders.
Okay, great. So, can I, if I shoot them, will I be able to destroy them? Do you think?
I don't know. Sure, you can try.
Give it a whirl.
I guess so. I think I have like 4 shots or something. I have to look at my stuff.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and you shoot the beholder statue a bunch. And
Okay.
it does some cosmetic damage, but the statue's made out of sterner stuff. Almost those that it was enchanted or something.
Okay, great.
If only I had something that was also made of rock that wouldn't be affected by this.
You see another one of the eyes on the other statue that's rotating. It goes and starts glowing green.
I'm a
You know
dodge.
there's like 3 other doors here that you can just go through.
I'm just gonna dodge until I get to a door.
Alright, so give me a reflex save.
And keep making reflex saves, because you're going to go ahead and dodge roll like it's Dark Souls.
What'd you get?
What?
You jump and you realize that the eye beam is about to hit Raikou, and you want to save his life, so you jump in front of it. Give me a will save.
He's already fucking stoned.
Yeah, but you weren't thinking about that at the moment.
Yeah, well, you're dumb.
Look,
Roll-
he's
roll
having a
one.
great time, he's stoned.
Oh, goodness.
What's the?
That's
Hang on.
Ha!
Yeah. So you also
Screaming
you
back.
like
Ow,
you
it
shut
hurts.
you like put your will forward and you resist the spell, but you feel stiff afterwards. You're like, oh, that was stupid. Oh, my neck.
must
Oh.
maintain sobriety.
All right.
Alright, I'm just gonna
Everybody
book it to
leave.
the fucking door.
All right. You book it to a door. Who comes into this room?
Me.
Arn.
Hey. So roll me a d8. You show up in a room with
Behind you.
the,
Excuse me.
the
I'm
stuff.
gonna save that for his initiative roll for that, and
Yellow.
go back to Michelle.
Yeah, I just wanted to show. Like,
See what door
alright,
he
would you
comes
roll on a d8?
I didn't roll a d8.
Roll d8. Oh, that's right. I have a d8.
Oh hey, should I roll a d8 as well since I would have moved out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're going with him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
we,
this a lightning charger
Got a
on the head of
6.
your?
Yeah.
You land in the perfect room.
Great. What
did you
room?
land with an angel?
No,
Did I land with the angel? Oh
No.
my goodness.
you show up in
Which room?
room 8.
Okay, what's in that room?
You find
I'll be at
yourself
room 6.
in a
I'll be in
antique
room 6.
Oh, you are.
pawn shop.
Nice.
Wow.
There is
Why is
a
there a pawn
there is
shop in a
a
dungeon?
there is a thin
your
black man
wares.
with a top hat who is standing behind a counter in the center of the room. The entire room is full of baubles and books and everying.
And there's,
And
a bunch
there's 4 doorways there.
of, there's a bunch of masks all on the top of him, because he has friends on the other side.
You got friends on the other side.
Just had an idea of just my wizard in the other room, just like, where is it? That's not there. Maybe it's a little bit this one.
Reggie's like sleeping.
Yeah, protection from energy is fucking awesome.
Uh-huh.
It's the best
No,
stuff.
Reggie's
What's that
probably
element?
helping you
Fuck
look.
that element.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the shopkeeper, why is there a shop in a dungeon? Where am I?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is
name?
Dr.
Reginald.
Reginald, there's another Reggie.
No, my name is Reginald.
Fucking confuse them.
I'm Dr. Faustino, and this is my Wonder Emporium.
Oh gosh.
Dr. Canarsis.
Dr. Parnassus, yeah.
Alright.
It's like, my name is Reginald, and welcome to my store of unique antiques and oddities.
Okay.
Terrible fucking venue.
Yeah. Terrible venue.
Oh, you know what to
Random
say.
sales
Location,
NPC.
location, location.
Yeah,
Or,
not this location. God damn.
well, when you own a store of forbidden knowledge and magical trinkets, that's best to lay off the beaten path.
Why are you in Vecna's dungeon?
God's Pyramid?
Wait, do I know it's Vecna's dungeon?
Yes, you
Yes.
know
What's
that.
your
Okay.
Because it is one of
One in
the
every
few
corner.
places that I could offer to
shit.
sell my wares where I would be protected from all the trials and tribulations of the world. Did you know that about 600 years ago they were trying to find people like me and kill us and enslave us and well, just do horrible things and take away all of our toys? Can you imagine
I
that?
could believe it, yeah.
Well,
Racist.
I've found that hiding away in here and opening up this store is one of the better options. You're the first customer I've had in about 400 years.
I can't imagine why. I can't fathom it. This is a great
So
store.
I
everything's
gotta get
for
going.
sale.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
So
Bye.
please
Drive safe.
feel free to go ahead and pick amongst my wares.
Alright, well, this is very strange. Do you have anything that'll defeat Vecna by chance?
Oh, well. Now that you mention it, there
Oh,
are
God.
some things that you can purchase in the store that will defeat Vecna. However,
Wow, Vecna lets those things stay here. How has he not killed you?
well, not to be honest with you, not many people come to the store, and not many people who come to the store actually purchase anything. So.
Okay, well, probably
Um,
it's overpriced, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, really, everything has the same price.
Okay, is it my soul?
Of course.
Wow.
What
that
other
was
thing?
big.
What else do you have of value?
I have about 17 doses of cocaine.
There's cocaine on that shelf over there.
Alright, well, not a
Good to
whole
know
lot.
that my product has made it this far.
Wow.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Okay, great.
Another diplomacy room.
Be right back.
Turkey sausage.
Let me re-roll that because I lost my roll.
Sure you did.
I did it! Fucking box slid. Alright.
Just say no. By the way, I'm gonna make an Iron Man suit out of one of my golems.
26.
That's awesome.
I got a 26.
There's a prestige class I should show you.
26.
26?
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, so he essentially goes, you know, there's lots of things in here that can defeat Vecna. You know, you can go ahead and have your pick of anything. I would just need your soul. And you pretty much go, yeah, nothing in here is really going to defeat Vecna. You're lying to me, and I'm not giving you my soul because I can't think of a good reason. But no, I'm not.
I don't
giving
even think I have my soul anymore, honestly.
Oh, I can see it there, firmly
Okay.
nested in your bosom.
Stop staring at my tits. Oh wait, I'm a man. Never mind.
Well, at least on the
Right at the
outside.
balls. Stored in your balls.
Okay, well, you are some sort of not real person because no real person would have a fucking store in a dungeon. So who really are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to come to logical demon. Obviously,
Obviously. Hi, I'm also.
I can
human.
see that you have an axe there. One of my fallen compatriots. Anyways,
Oh, he's a fallen compatriot. He's fucking crazy now, by the way. So.
serves him right for being imprisoned in an axe.
Yeah, true. He tried to get me to kill things before.
So,
Still not as much.
you want to be able to defeat Vecna. You've got a demon already in your employ. You don't really care about your soul, obviously. So
Hey, I take offense to that.
take all the offense that you want. I'll tell you what I can do. I will give you a beautiful dagger of angel slaying.
Oh.
Come to my room.
That,
Foreshadowing.
what the fuck? Where did that dice go?
Goodbye forever.
Goodbye forever, indeed.
It's in the realm of lost die.
So I went to roll it, and then it dropped. I went to catch it, and then it went up, and it never went back down.
It's adjacent to the realm of
But
lost sauce.
Isaac Newton said whatever goes up must come down.
Not if it goes into the magical chair
That's not
portal,
what he said
apparently.
at all. He said everything has to be equal and opposite.
I think I see it.
I'm
Is
bad
that
with
it?
names.
Isaac Newton, the fucking worst fucking rocketeer.
No, it's not.
You know-
But that's another dice.
Unless, according to quantum physics, things can spontaneously dissociate themselves.
It's a black D20, and it just disappeared.
Let's get another one.
It's gone.
Let me use my D20 finding abilities.
I think there's a D10 under your desk too.
Okay.
Oh, here, let me see.
It literally, I dropped it down here, it went up, and then
Then it had to have fallen in a box.
Or
Or
shoe.
a bag. Right here.
Oh, I see it. They
Aha!
landed on a 6.
What did I tell you? My D20 finding abilities.
anyways, so he says I have an angel slaying blade. It was blessed with the blood of a couple hundred sacrificed to angels, and it's definitely something that could hurt a god.
Okay, great. You can't have my soul for it.
Tell you, all you need to do is go out through the dungeon of certain death, and if you come back, bring with you one of your friends.
You're not giving anyone else a soul either.
Well, that's up to them, isn't it?
You're not getting them.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Take the sword.
No, it's fine.
I'm gonna take it and you're gonna like it. I got a 14.
All right, so he
Also
really
use
wants you.
intimidate too. I
He
fucking
really
have
wants
that
you to
shit.
buy this knife. You're pretty sure that knife isn't as important as he makes it sound out. He seemed to have it like right underneath the counter the moment you guys started talking about it.
Okay.
But if there was anything of worth in here, it certainly would be something that you'd want to go and find on your own.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that every time you go through a door, you end up in a random location. You probably wouldn't be able to go out and bring somebody back here at all.
Yeah.
So that was a bold-faced lie.
Ooh, can I bluff him?
Certainly.
Yes.
You can try.
Certainly
I'm
try.
my best. I think I have a high bluff. I think I did that. Alright, so I got a 15 on bluff.
Okay. What are you trying to do?
I'll bluff him that I'm gonna sell him my soul. Can I bluff that, or can I bluff that I'm gonna bring someone else back?
You can bluff that you can bring somebody
Okay,
else
I'll
back.
bluff that. I'll bluff that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Before you go, before you leave my safe haven, and this is a safe haven. This is one of the few places in this dungeon you can find yourself at ease.
Alright.
Why don't you go ahead and find your actual desire? Because you don't want this knife.
No.
No, you don't.
No.
But I'm sure there's something else here that you can find that you would enjoy.
So you're gonna let me walk around?
I'm behind a counter. What can I do to stop you?
Are you stuck behind the counter?
I mean, no, but
So there's a lot you can do to stop me.
look around.
Okay. I'm gonna use a perception check. I got there.
That's annoying. Little sparks of red energy coming up right there in the middle.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Because you don't know where it's coming from.
It's just
I think it's-
weirdly, it's not symmetrical.
It is symmetrical. It's mirrored on the
It's
other
to
side.
the right. It's not. It should be.
John, I
isn't
think
that-
that's going to the music.
I guess.
I got a 31.
No, it's actually the fact that the picture itself is off center,
I guess.
so it is symmetrical, but it doesn't look like it's symmetrical.
Doesn't. What?
I got a 31.
31. Jesus, on perception. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 15, but I have a 16 for
Okay, yeah, you look
We've
around.
all learned to put points in perception.
Yeah.
Everything that's in here is old and antique. It all appears to be some sort of mystical, magical relic level stuff. You find all kinds of things that you've heard of in stories, myths, and legends. You find another monkey's paw. You find all kinds of
Can't believe it actually
magical goodies. And in the whole place, as you're scanning and looking through the different treasures, you see something kind of laying down in a corner behind what appears to be some sort of skull that's covered in like runes and stuff.
Bob!
Okay. What's in there?
All right, so you move this skull, which has gems for eyes, and as you move it, it goes and starts floating over there to the left.
Alright, bye.
And behind it, you see this old, dusty tome book that says, hey. The Secrets of the Universe, and it's actually has a lock on it.
I find it very hard to believe that the secrets of the universe are going to be in here.
It also doesn't appear to be magical. It just seems like it's just a mundane looking book with a lock on it.
And the number's 42.
Oh my goodness.
I'm kidding.
Volume 42.
42.
I guess I'll pick it up and examine it.
It seems to be an ordinary, mundane book. It's thick. Its cover is a little bit worn with age.
I don't know if I don't really think I have anything to like figure out if this is a real thing or not.
Roll me a knowledge check.
I have local religion and planes.
Religion. Give me a religion check.
I got a 15.
Vecna has been historically known as being the god of secrets.
Okay. I'm gonna take this.
Okay. You mean take it as in take it and run, or take it up to the
I don't
counter?
think it'd be a good idea to run, honestly, because kind of in a
Demon.
dungeon and a
Yeah.
demon. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can diplomacy or bluff my friend's soul for this.
All right. So you bring it over the counter. That floating skull goes and follows you.
Okay. What is up with this thing?
A wise purchase.
I'm not purchasing the skull.
But it is a powerful demi-lich.
I'm good.
Named Bob.
Demi-liches are ancient spellcasters that have lived for thousands of years, casting a phylactery and making themselves immortal to the point where they're only their skull and gem-crusted eyes remain. This one has been trained to be loyal to its owner. So naturally, that's what you were going to purchase, wasn't it?
No, I was gonna purchase this book.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Why does he want me to have this skull so bad? Lich doesn't sound good.
Because it's not the book.
I got a nat 20.
Ooh.
Damn!
Yeah, buddy. What's your modifier?
I confirm.
Yeah, he confirmed it. My modifier for diplomacy is a 12.
Damn, so you're like, well, first of all, I don't want the fucking lich.
Yeah.
Liches are bad. They're nothing but trouble. I'm pretty sure that would
I
be
want
a
a lich. I
stupid
want to
purpose.
sit on his fucking head while he flies around.
So he
There's
goes.
fire out of his eyeballs.
And burning your ass.
So he goes.
Okay.
So first of all, you know you don't want the lich at all, and you make it very pointed about all the reasons, but buying a demi-lich would be a bad thing. Also, you really want the book, and you'd be willing to go ahead and sell one of your friend's souls for the book. And you make a very convincing argument about why selling one of your friend's souls for this book would be genuine. And he goes, "You know, it's not a magical item. It's just a book, right?"
Books have words in them that have knowledge that can then turn into magic. Wow.
I mean,
The more you know.
I don't even have a key to that book.
Do you have
She has a dwarf.
chisel and a... It's not magical. I can break the lock.
Look, if
Like-
the book is the only thing in the store that's not for sale.
Okay, well,
Was on
it
the
is
shelf.
for sale. So,
I mean, technically, I said everything here was for sale. But,
Yeah.
I mean,
so are you lying to me?
So it's not for sale, so you can have it.
Yeah,
So
I
you
can just
want-
have it.
so you want the book. I want 7 souls in exchange for that book. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy check.
Oh goodness, I will roll another 20. Not as lucky. I got a 17.
Okay. Lowball him.
Lowball him.
Yeah, like he just made an outlet. You know, he's trying to barter with you now.
Alright, 2 souls.
That's not a lowball.
That was a lowball.
No, it's not.
1 soul.
No souls. would be-
0 souls.
Yeah.
You will give me 2 souls. Take the stick off your hands.
I will give you 8,000 gold.
You realize that you wouldn't be able to get any souls back here, so naturally you only give up your own soul. And
I'll give you 8,000.
is it shiny gold?
It's very shiny. It just got polished. I think. It's been in this glove for a while. Like, it's probably shiny. Here, I'll pull a piece out. Here you go. Look how shiny. Okay, just rub it a little bit. It's shiny.
Fine. 8,000 gold and
No souls.
8,000 gold. Then.
Okay.
Goes it.
Huh?
He goes, shake your hand.
All right. He goes and he puts down a twisted-looking demonic key on the
I
book.
thought you said you didn't have the key. Liar.
I lied. He takes the gold and
Okay.
and he takes out a sign that says closed and puts it on the counter and disappears behind the counter, quite literally.
Okay. Well, bye.
All right.
It was nice knowing you.
Opens the book. Oh, look, a gemstone.
Yeah. So you
Seriously?
go and open the book. Page 1. It says lies. You open to page 2 and it's actually kind of a dark swirling portal of evil.
Oh, great.
Which a dark swirling gemstone floats up over top of the book. As that happens, all the things on all the shelves disappear.
Because everything else is a lie. Ah, I get you. It was a demon. Alright, so I'm going to take the gemstone and I guess there's nothing else in the book, so...
Was that the Book of Shadows?
Book of
You
lies.
don't know.
It was just the Book of Lies. It was literally what it was.
No, it's a shadow of the truth. A lie.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, so you are in the
I
stone
paid 8,000 gold
room.
for that. Better be worth it.
Michelle,
Yeah.
you ended up in the acid room. What are you doing in the acid room?
Tripping
Well, now
balls.
I
Tripping
still
balls
have like
over the
10,000
balls.
gold, so I'm not
Daniel's
worried.
character ended up in there too, I think, right?
Yeah, I guess I'm tripping all the balls.
Alright, I'm
What?
actually...
She's in the acid room.
Oh,
You said I'm tripping all the balls, man.
it was a joke. It was a play on words.
Oh.
Yeah, you in the acid
So,
room.
Daniel, you end up in a room full of acid.
Right.
It's a bunch of pitted little metal divots in the ground where acid is dripping from a giant cracked decanter over
So
top
you
of
go
you
to an
guys.
electricity
There
room
is
to
a
acid.
smoldering statue in the center of the room that is polished white stone, and Michelle's character. Give me a reflex save. Because you're so good at reflex saves.
Yeah, I'm the best.
So good.
19.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Acid drips next to you, and you kind of move out of the way, and you realize that the drips are kind of in a cracked spider web pattern, so they're pretty easy to avoid if you just pay attention. Otherwise,
This is
you're
the worst fucking room for me to be in. I'm gonna just turn around.
And
So
yet,
Michelle, the gnome shows up, goes, nah, and goes back to the.
and yet I know exactly how I treat that room.
Say what?
Umbrella.
No. Get something nice and sharp and pointy. Light at the ceiling, and then touch the door.
I'm gonna head out because I gotta
Alright.
get up at 5.
Alright, do you guys want to go ahead and break here?
Yeah, probably be a good idea.
Right.
Alright, so Daniel, go ahead and roll me a d8,
You want me to roll for that?
and I
got
want
a
to keep track of
4.
where everyone is at.
4.
Four?
Yeah.
4?
Let's see what door you end up
Thank
at.
you for coming.
Alright, so
This
so you got both you and him are in the stone room.
Along with the other two statues. I mean, people.
Oh, this is the perfect room. I'm assuming my golem is just coming with me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, hide
He's
behind the
linked to
gold.
you he's linked to you through a
Slave collar.
Alright. Shara, what room did you end up in?
7 still.
7? Okay. So you never left.
No.
Okay. Throm, Alicia, Gnome, Dwarf, Reggie, Wizard, Shara. Am I forgetting anybody?
Reggie
don't
Wizard
think
is my
so.
new band name.
Reggie, Wizard.
Reggie Wizard.
What? What did you get, Michelle?
I'm sorry, did you give me something?
What room are you in?
She's in the acid room, the one that you just left.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it was room 6.
Yeah, which is the acid room.
Which is the acid room.
You're an asshole.
What? You never left.
Dude, that is so fucked up.
I ran robin to you. You were busy, so I kind of figured out what everyone else was doing.
Alright, so we're ending it there tonight.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Thank you, everybody that did show up and watch.
Thank you much.
Did anybody show
Maybe
up?
next time
Yeah,
I'll
just
get to
one
have
person.
a penis.
Hey!
I'm gonna text you what room everybody was in. So
Okay,
we
thank
remember
you.
that.
Am I good to disconnect?
1 second, let me go ahead and close the stream, and then we are good. I will see everybody next week. Until then, game on. 1 second. What?